The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
World premiere.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers Podcast, show number 337, being recorded on January the 17th, 2021. I'm one of your hosts, Jesus Gonzalez, and Jesus walks out today. I'm joined by my friend from Little Ohio, eating all the corn. The Mayo is back. Steve Willier, welcome back, Steve. Welcome.
Yeah, yep, eating all this corn over here.
When is corn season?
You asked me that a couple of weeks ago. I don't know.
Did I? Do you know the official corn season starts and end?
No.
Does it only grow in like the nice months, or does it grow in the winter? Probably grows only in the nice months.
It's like late summer, early fall.
Late summer, early fall. Okay. All right.
Do you guys do the squirrel thing and just dig some holes in the ground and hide it? So if you run out, you can just undig them and get them later.
Yeah. They have these big if you go out in the country, they have these big grain silos and stuff like that. People put their corn in or take it to elevators and all that. But I'm the city boy, Jesus. You know this.
There's no corn in this city. What's wrong with you?
It's packaged.
From the East Coast, somewhere near Jersey, Normi.
That would be me in Jersey, near it, because I'm in it. Hey, everybody.
Oh, you are in Jersey. Oh, see,
I am in Jersey.
See, I knew that. See, I got it pretty close.
You were so close.
I was guessing, but I was there. I didn't even need to guess. I was just there.
See? You're right on the money.
Hey, welcome to the show, Normie.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Good?
It's going good. It's been a while since we've had you on.
I know. It's been a long time. I miss you guys.
Yeah, we miss you too.
It's an honor to be here.
Yeah, fuck yeah. And from somewhere in the Patreon world, our Patreon machine, Michael Sitch, a.k.a. Lahey, is back. Welcome. Well, he has a guest for the first time, actually. He's not back. He's a first-time guest. Welcome to the show.
Well, thanks for having me. It's good to be here.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, everyone.
Woo! Welcome.
People, you can follow us on Twitter at _Horrible Gamers. You can follow us on Facebook at Horrible Gamers Podcast. That is our page. In our page, there is a link to our group, which is Horrible Gamers Podcast Community. It is a close group on Facebook. So that means anything you post in the group stays in the group pretty much. To join that group, all you got to do is obviously have a Facebook account. You search for us. You click join group. There's going to be a few questions you have to answer. We have those questions in place just so we know you're not a bot or somebody who's trying to sell Ray-Bans at 40% off or whatever. And whatever the fuck, people do that all the time, dude. They join these public groups and they go, I got 50% off Ray-Bans. You want some?
You want some?
Yes.
It's probably just to keep you off of there,
crazy.
Jesus. You're probably trying to sell stuff. We found out you sell things online last week on Amazon. And
Yeah, you're an Amazon seller.
you're probably some
one of
fake
those.
profile that's trying to sell stuff on Facebook. You probably got 30 PS5s. You're probably selling them for $1,200 a piece.
I bought all the PS5s locally.
Rolling
And
that PS5 money.
Yeah. But a quick shout out to our friends over at Patreon at patreon.com or patreon.com/Horrible Gamers that support the show with the monies, like our friend Michael Sitch, who's on the show today. Welcome! Woo!
I know him.
Yeah, I know him too. Yeah, woo! Jason Sams, Robert Noble, Sean Patrick, Chad, Brandon Willier, Bader Holick, The Commandalorian, Native Lives Matter, Henley M, Jesse Kraft, Pork Chop Who, The Mayo, Robbie Wheat, Adam Sunday, John Jerome, Evan Tanaka, Jonathan Big D Hall, And Bill, he changed his name on here. Says here, Bill, the biggest D, Gardner the second.
Oh my god.
Jonathan might have something to say about that.
Bill, the biggest D, Gardner the second.
Oh my goodness. I wonder what that could mean for. Maybe donuts? Digits?
This needs to become a Patreon thing. Fucking come up with the funniest shit for me to read off every week.
Yeah, who else had a really good one? I remember a while back there was a confusing one that we had there. It was something that was unique.
Yeah, I forget, man. There's so many of them, but I love you guys. Thank you for being Patreons, and thank you for making me laugh there. I honestly just noticed that right now. I didn't even like scan the list before. I just fucking read it off, and I was like, what the fuck? Oh, that's amazing. Thank you, Bill, for making me laugh, man. And so I guess you now are the biggest D, Gardner the second.
Daisy. Dog.
Yeah. Anyways, you can also support the show by heading on over to Stitcher.com/premium and sign up for a premium account using promo code HorribleGamers. That's promo code HorribleGamers, all caps, no spaces. Quick shout out to our friends over at Stitcher. When you join, you get a free month of said Stitcher Premium. You can sign up for a year for $34.99 for a whole year, or month to month for $4.99 a month. With Stitcher Premium, you get access to ad-free listening, exclusive content, exclusive podcasts, and so much more. So why not head on over to Stitcher?
It's a good deal.
And sign up for a premium account, Normie, for free. If you use promo code HorribleGamers,
It is a good idea.
That it's a pretty good idea.
Sounds
you
good
get
to
a
me.
free month. You get to check it out, and if you don't like it, you can always cancel. But we suggest that you keep that. You keep it forever. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And Redbubble, you can head on over to Redbubble and search for Horrible Gamers in the search bar at Redbubble. You can have access to our merchandise where you can buy a t-shirt, a sweater, a hoodie, a blanket, some socks, a clock, maybe some big blocks of acrylic block. A big one. Yeah, you can buy all that. All that's available, right, Mayo? It's all available over on Redbubble. Just head on over there and buy some stuff.
Definitely.
Bye. Good way to support.
Yeah,
And
good, yeah.
a fun, cool thing to have.
Hell yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
Acrylic blocks.
You know what? Lahey, everyone that I know is always wondering, everywhere that I go, every fucking place, everyone's always asking for acrylic blocks, and I'm like, yo, if you guys would just buy some, you would have the acrylic block. But now you don't buy, you don't think about this stuff, and then when you need it, you don't have it. So it's better to just have it.
Have it and
So
not
when
need
you
it.
need
Need
it.
it and not have it.
Exactly.
That's right. You just never know. Oh, Mayo's got a nice little mouse pad over there.
That's
with a
coasters.
very
We got the HGP
Oh,
Pretty
coasters.
small mouse pad, Normie.
Like,
Mayo
I got
uses
this
the tiniest mouse in the world. It's like a bigger mouse.
That's right.
Get yourself
Oh, they do
some
nice
coasters. Yeah. And quick shout out to our friends, Ricky Alfares, for the intro and outro music to the podcast, as well as MechMod, broke for free for the outro music that was used for years, and Fowler and Twistix for the intro music that was used for a long time as well on the show. Thanks to all of you music makers for putting, letting us use your music on the podcast. Also, if you have any music that you like to submit to us, that's your music, and you want to give us the rights to use your music on the show, just email us horriblegamerspodcast@gmail.com. We'll get your music. We'll get it.
there you go. They'll do it.
Yeah, we'll put it on the show as long as it's good. We know some hobo ass shit. Like, what the hell is this? Right, Mayo?
That's right.
Like, what is this? A fucking love song about your ex and your dog, and she took your dog, and she took your truck, and
Oh, but the ex was a dog.
Sounds like some Ohio country.
you lost your house, she took your dog, she took your truck. bunch of shit. Oh, like we don't want to hear that. That's the intro music to the podcast.
We just got through that through 2020, so
Yeah, right.
So, anyways, Normie, tell us what you've been playing for the last few weeks now. What are you into lately? What have you been playing? It's 2021, new year, new Normie. What's going on?
Oh, I like that new Normie, new haircut. Yeah, right.
Exactly. New year, new Normie.
New Normie, new year. Actually, I've actually picked up 2 games. One is a newer game, and the other one's like really not new at all. But for Christmas, I had requested Cyberpunk, even though I knew that it had a lot of issues to it, and I don't have the newest Xbox. So I did get Cyberpunk. I probably only put in like a couple of hours into it. I don't know if I like it or not just yet, because the camera angles are so wobbly, and I'm just like, I didn't realize it was first-person shooter. So I'm like, oh, I got to take like a lot of ibuprofen and some motion sickness medicine and then sit down and do it. And because it is so adult theme, like it feels uncomfortable to play in front of the family, right? So I kind of have to like bide my time. So Saturday mornings when everybody's asleep, I feel okay playing with it. So I haven't put a lot of love into that. The other game I did pick up because somehow miraculously a PS4 showed up under my Christmas tree this past year that I may or may not have put there myself. I actually bought The Last of Us. Yeah, they're like, what's that box? I'm like, I don't know. Let's open it up. And ta-da, there was an Xbox. A PlayStation 4 for me. So I ended up buying The Last of Us because I wanted a game and I wanted to buy something not expensive, just something to kind of have to start working on. And for those of you, I mean, it's an old game, so I really don't think this is much of a spoiler who hasn't played it yet. But I always thought it was a story about a father and his daughter. But in the first 15 minutes, I realized there's no daughter after that. So that was, I'm like, whoa.
Wasn't
how
that
did I
sad?
finish this game so fast?
Wasn't that sad? like when that happened? Like, fuck, man.
I'm like, no.
Yeah, like that moment.
That was really shocking.
Was really sad for me when I first experienced that. Cause, I mean, my daughter was like very little when that game first came out. She was like maybe like a year old or 2. And like just that whole feeling of, like that dude's daughter dying like that. I'm like, fuck. Like that has to be the worst thing in the fucking world to happen to anybody. Let alone the apocalypse is happening and then your kid gets fucking killed in front of you. It's like, what do you do in that situation? Like, damn, man. It was horrible.
Yeah, it was definitely shocking because I don't know why in my head I thought it was a story about like a father and daughter, almost like a Lee Everett and Clementine, right, on The Walking Dead, the Telltale games.
Kind of is when you meet Ellie and you kind of the way you progress.
So maybe that's where I was like crossing those lines. I'm not there yet. I played a little bit. I have a pretty busy schedule. And then another game that I've been playing off and on, which is usually mostly with your community, is Among Us. And that game just does not get boring. It's more fun with a group more than anything. People that you know, right? Because I was babysitting last couple weeks ago, and the little kids wanted to play, and they're all like on a tablet, and I'm on a phone. And they're all running over quickly to see if I'm the imposter. I'm like, wait a minute, this doesn't work this way. Or I would hear one giggle, and I'm like, well, I know who the imposter is now. Or they go kill somebody, and I hear it because they didn't mute it, and you hear, I'm like, well, now I know who the imposter is. So that makes it really hard to play that way. And to play with people you don't know is much harder. I also purchased it on the Switch, and it's hard to type on the Switch. So it was probably not the best investment because it's really hard to kind of talk things out.
Can't you use the touchscreen on the Switch to type?
Well, I actually don't. I actually watch it all on the big screen. So I don't take off the Switch.
You don't play it on... Maybe you should try playing it like just like mobilely on the Switch. And
I should try that.
Maybe I'm assuming that it should let you use the touchscreen and type, right?
That I don't know, but I didn't think about doing that. I kind of like the big screen thing, and I like that I don't know like all the rooms and stuff because then nobody knows if I'm imposter or not. Because I'm really being honest. I'm like, I don't know what room it was in, or I don't know, it was the blue guy. So it kind of makes it more fun that way. But that's really all I've been playing. I was hoping to have a little more game time in these last couple of weeks, but it hasn't quite worked out that way. But I still feel like I'm still being part of that community. So, you know,
Yeah,
and I
definitely.
like chatting with all you guys.
You could probably try Among Us on your Xbox. I think it's on Game Pass now.
Yeah, they added it to Game Pass.
Did they
So
finally added it
maybe-
to the Xbox?
Maybe the typing on there would be easier if you want to be on your TV.
Yes, it's possible. It's very possible. So, you know, it's just a fun game, right? And it's good because, you know, they can last anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes.
Well,
And
know
I
with
just like everybody throwing everybody under the bus.
I know with the Xbox that you can download the app on your phone and use that to type as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that would probably be
That
the
makes it much
easiest way.
easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, that game has really it's a really good game to play with friends. You're right, Normie. Like, especially in the community, when like in our community, when every time I played, it's usually like Mayo, Son, and a few other people that I like. Maybe I know you, Normie, but I don't know like the other people there. You know, like I've gamed with them
Right.
maybe once in a while, or I've talked to them casually here and there, or they listen to the show or something random, and so I don't really know them. And it's cool to be able to like sit there and like really fuck with people, you know, because they don't know me and I don't know them, so I could just sit there and kind of bullshit them, you know. It's like that one time when I won that one match when me and you were the imposters, right?
Yeah.
And I was just
Yes.
quiet the whole time, and they just kept arguing with each other, and I was just sitting there just quiet the whole
See,
time. And
that should have been the first giveaway right there. You're never quiet.
Yeah.
So if you're quiet, that should have been like a number one.
no one ever
like,
questioned me. They were just arguing with because they were too busy arguing with each other that I was just sitting there like, oh yeah, let's all vote Brown.
I
Let's
would've
vote
been
him
like-
out.
I would have picked Jesus right off the rip.
So
I'm like, this dude is way too quiet, way too sus.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's his point. Is you know Jesus, so that would be
yeah. But these
It's
guys didn't
all
really know
fine.
me, you know. So it was. I think it was your son, Mayo, and Justice, and,
Oh, I'm sure.
and somebody else, and they just kept arguing with each other, and they're like, "No, it's you," and they actually were able to figure Normie out because Normie was in there trying to chime in, and they were like,
Yeah,
"It's
and I'm
Normie,"
like-
but that was near the end, sort of, where they got Normie out, but there was still me in there, so I was able to kill him off.
And the worst part is I had done 0 kills. It was all Jesus. I'm like, I'm innocent. I killed nobody. And yet you all finger me anyways. This sucks, man. And you know, the more you fight, the more guilty you look. So I'm like, well, I'm screwed either way. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, so it was a fun time playing with the community. Like, you know, that game, like Normie said, is best to play. I think with like not randoms, but be able to chat with people and actually talk to them. You know, because typing things out, you really can't tell like if somebody's lying or not. You know, like when somebody talks, it's way easier to tell if they're lying or not when you hear the tone of their voice, or you know the inflection, if they're saying something. You know, like, oh, you know, like, are you answering this, or you're asking me a question? You know, like, did Normie do it, or Normie did it? Like, are you stating something, or are you asking something? You know what I mean? It's so like you can really tell that by somebody typing things out. You know.
Yeah, I feel like
But yeah,
this
this
game is way
game-
better in voice. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
it's
for
so
sure.
it just ups it a notch, you know. Like
Definitely.
text chat is okay, even if we're all in the same group and we know each other, it's okay in text. But when you get it in voice, when you can hear, like you said, their voice, and you know, like this guy's lying, you know, or he's just trying to like come up with something, and you know he's not doing a very good job, or you know you can just tell why he's talking, that he's thinking and trying to come up with an alibi at some form and stuff. So
And the best part is when you're telling the truth and no one believes you and they still kick you out. So, you know, it just
Yeah, that
it
happened
makes
to
it
me
a
a
lot of
couple
fun.
times.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, no, I swear it was not me this time. But nope, I would get voted out. But it makes it so much fun. And before you know it, at least for me, I remember the first night we played, Mayo's like, I got to get to bed in like 4 hours. Or I have to get up for work in 4 hours. I'm like, well, I thought he told me he doesn't go to bed or work till 4 or get up till 4. And I looked at my clock. I'm like, midnight? How the heck did I just put in 4 hours? Like, it just slipped by.
Yeah.
That is how addictive and fun this game is. And usually games tend to do that, but they go so fast and it's so interactive that to me, it felt 30 minutes that I was on the computer.
That's the best type of game when you know you like a game or you're really enjoying a game when that happens to you. When you're like think that like 30 minutes have gone by and you look up and it's been like 4 hours and you're like, oh fuck, it's daytime. Oh shit.
How did that
happened to me
happen?
with Cyberpunk. I was playing it and I just lost 6 hours. I looked up and it was midnight and I was like, what the hell? I just got home from work.
Yeah, right? Oh man, Legend of Gaia would do that to me all the time. But it's like you just get sucked into a game, and like this one, it's just like before you know it. Like I see why people, make this like a hobby for the rest of their lives. I don't know. I've been playing video games since I was 4, so to me this is like second nature. But it just feels like homey, like coming home and sitting on the couch and drinking a nice cup of coffee or a nice cup of hot chocolate. It's like sit down and play your games. I don't know. I love it.
Yeah, it definitely has that board game mentality.
Yeah. But if that's all you played, Normie, I guess.
That's all I played. I don't think I played anything else. Animal Crossing, after 600 hours, I had to put it down once I was not quarantined anymore and was able to go out and go to work.
I need to get back to that game. My island is probably like all destroyed at this point.
You have roaches everywhere. I went back and I had to, because I missed Halloween, I missed Thanksgiving, and I almost missed Christmas. So on my break, I went back and I time traveled and I picked the weeds out to like my eyeballs couldn't handle it anymore and killed a lot of roaches in my house and finally caught up and did all the specials that I had missed.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, the cool thing about Animal Crossing is that it's not a game that requires, like, it doesn't, you're not forced to play it, but like, something about it is so addicting. Like, there really is a huge community behind this game that is always like doing cool ass shit on their island. Like, I'm part of this Facebook group where like all people talk about is Animal Crossing, and some people post pictures of their islands, and I'm just like fucking mind blown. Like, how did you achieve this? Like, there was this chick who posted like her island looked like space, like she was on the moon or something. Like, she had a fucking moon, she had a moon lander and like the fucking flag and like everything looked like the moon. I was like, what the fuck? It was fucking nuts. I was like, that is insane. Like, how do people come up with these ideas?
You and just the fact, my island.
Yeah, I remember I visited that one time where you had like the Japanese theme going on, and it was pretty dope. I liked it compared to
I had a new one, a new island.
Oh,
because I told you this when I had my son. A friend invited him to go like camping.
Yeah,
I couldn't switch my game over. I had to buy a new Switch, and the game didn't carry over, so I had to restart over 400 hours into this game. I was pissed. So my island looks very different now from the first one.
That's cool. See, I gotta go check it out. Yeah, Normie had a fucking dope island. The first island she had, guys, was like all Japanese theme, and like she had like a little restaurant, she had a little dining area. Yeah. She had all kinds of cool shit going around the
carnival.
Yeah, like I said, my island compared to any of these people's islands looks like a hobo ass fucking homeless camp. I got like a fucking homeless camp on my island.
A station over here.
Yeah, I got a house over here in the corner. Everyone has roads and shit.
A news article just the other day talking about Oregon and like how the homeless problem, like the homeless communities along the road. So,
Oregon, dude. Honestly, like people, like was the article was saying that like Oregon is one of the nicest places in the country to live in because it really is. Like, we have huge forests, a lot of like wild land, and like a lot of animals and shit that are roaming around. We got we got bears and eagles and shit that you could see randomly, and all this shit, and like a bunch of. I think Oregon has like one of the most rivers in the country. Like, we have a shitload of rivers; they're just everywhere. But at the same time, people are saying that yes, Oregon is one of the nicest places to live in. And you got all this nice shit, but one of the things that people don't realize is how expensive it is to live here, and just the cost of living, and how many homeless people there are in Oregon. There's a lot of homeless people, dude. And the truth is, like the city of Portland and like the big cities, they don't do nothing about it. They don't have shelters. They don't have like anywhere for these homeless
rough.
people to go. So these people are just like literally camping on the fucking side of highways, and like it's just kind of like people think of Oregon and they think, oh, everything's all nice and clean, and yes, it sort of is for the most part. But then you get into like the city and shit, and like where I work, dude, on my way to work, there's like 3 homeless camps like on that fucking road, and they're just like hundreds of tents just fucking with people in this, and they're just living like in the trees and shit, dude. It's fucking weird, man. And they got fucking parked cars, and they have cars, and they have all this shit, but like they can't afford a house, you know, like it's that expensive, man.
That's
it
rough,
sucks.
man. That's rough.
Yeah. Oregon is really weird. It's just the cost of living is really expensive. That's all it is, I think. You know, because like renting it's like a 1-bedroom apartment in the city, like in Portland itself. If you rent a 1-bedroom apartment, it's like 1,800, the cheapest maybe you could find.
Holy cow, man.
That's the
That's
cheapest.
nuts.
That's the cheapest you might. And like I have a friend of mine who lives like in kind of like a rougher part of Portland, like kind of like not the ghetto, but like not the nicest part of Portland, and he's paying like 1,800 for like a 2-bedroom, and that's like on the rough part of town. Now you want to live in the nice part of town, that shit goes up a lot. You're paying like over $2,000 for a 2-bedroom apartment. An apartment.
That's insane. Something you don't own. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I know people pay mortgages that are like, yeah, I pay for my mortgage $1,000 a month, or
Yeah, my mortgage is $800 a month.
yeah, exactly. You know, and there's people out here paying like rent like more than $1,000 for like a 2-bedroom fucking apartment they don't even own. You know, and yeah, so that's why the homeless crisis here is bad, Mayo. It's bad. We send them all to Ohio, live in the cornfields.
Get them shucking corn for a living.
That's right.
Catching the field mice.
But yeah. Anyways, I guess one game that I've been playing this week, gentlemen, is and lady.
Oh, I thought it was a gentleman. Darn it.
Cyberpunk, as Normi was saying, you know, and Lahey was saying, Cyberpunk, man, it's just a mind-blowing game. The scope of it and the level of detail and the experiences that I've had in this game really can't compare to anything that I've played this year. Like yes, there's other games that I've enjoyed, but as far as like a game that has like had me thinking about it even weeks after I beat it, like even the other day, I beat it like a few weeks ago, and I still think about that game. I'm like, fuck, I should go back and play that. I should go back. Whatever. Like I think to myself, what are you gonna do, Jesus? You beat the game already. It's like no, but I could do like this. I could explore this part of town. I could go here. Maybe I'll find something here. And it's just like I'm trying to think in my head, like how can I extend my gameplay? You know, like how can I make it last longer? Like this is such a good game that I don't want to leave that world. I don't want to leave that universe. It's so fucking cool, man.
They have hidden things in there too, right?
They do.
I would pick up like paper and stuff, so you know, like little things you can pick up, little trinkets. So, I mean, if you haven't done that, that's always a nice thing, if that's your kind of thing to do. But you're right. The graphics from even on my, you know, ex-Scorpio, they still look really nice. And I haven't had any glitchy problems with mine.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, like the most of the glitches and parts, you know, there's some glitches in the game, but the ones that are suffering the most, I think, are the OG, like the PS4 original and like the Xbox original and the Xbox.
VCR Xbox.
Yeah, and the One S. Yeah, I think the One S is still suffering from some of the issues as well, but they're really bad. Like like those issues are kind of like insane. Like you look at some of the videos people have released of like just how much problems the shit has. Like we're legit, there's things that are just missing from the game, like text or like an asset that's supposed to be there is just gone. It's just
that's the worst.
And it actually says on there like asset 1A. Like it has like a thing where like the developer was like supposed to put the asset there, but it's just not there. Like it's just gone. Like it's just like, oh no, like, this is gone, or like really weird.
What about you trying to mess around with the mods? So, like, I know that there's different mods out there to get different things to work and different things like that. Have you tried looking in the community to see, not in our community, but the modding community to see if there's some new way of playing?
I know that They've released a few mods in the game. Some of them that changes some of the dialogue options for certain people, and some of it that changes the relationship options for some people. Like we were talking about last week, how like if you have a mod where you can be a male V or whatever, a straight male V, I guess, and you can like romance. What's her name?
Was it Penny?
No, Judy.
Judy.
The Asian chick, yeah, with the tattoos. Yeah, you can romance her because by default, the only person that can romance her is if you're a male or if you're a female V. So I guess she's lesbian or something, and that's the only way you can romance her. But they have the full dialogue in there, like as for some reason they must have switched that at the end or something. But there's a full dialogue Judy that talks to you as a male V, and you can mod that into the game and enable that so you can romance her as well as Pan Am or whatever. And I'm not sure if there's one for Pan Am where if she can romance a female V, because I know to romance Pan Am you gotta be a straight male V or whatever. But maybe there's another mod that they'll figure out eventually to get her to be able to romance anybody, which is something that I said last week. It's kind of weird that they have these strict guidelines for romancing when the character creation just has like you can be anything.
Yeah.
You could have like nothing.
Yeah,
You could be
it
both.
seems odd.
That they really like locked it down to that. Like, oh no, you got to be a straight male to romance this person, or you got to be a female to romance this person. It's really odd. Like why not just let you do whatever? At that point, like.
They'll let you make whatever, but they won't let you choose to have the dialogue that you really want to have.
Exactly, and I wonder if that's due to like CD Projekt Red being in Poland, and like we've heard before about the things that their CEO has said about trans people and all this shit and that. Like I get it. They're probably very what you call it. They're probably Catholic. All those people that are running the company, they're probably Catholic. That's just the truth. And
But
as
yet,
we all know,
you're walking through these villages and there's a billboard of a female having an orgasm. I'm like, okay.
Like, yeah,
Some of
exactly.
the government as well, because I know the government owns a portion of CD Projekt Red in Poland.
And it could be them too, right? That they're being really influenced by their government. The government's like, "Fuck you! You can't do this, this,
Yeah.
this, or that."
They may have wanted to do it, and the government was like, "No, you can't do that."
Yeah. So like you never know. Like there's all these moving parts, and like I'm pretty sure when CD Projekt Red was making this game, even right before launch, I believe it was the most valuable company in all of Poland. Like there was no company that was bigger than CD Projekt Red inside of Poland. That's how rich they were. They had more. I think they had as much money, probably as much as their governments. You know what I mean? Like those motherfuckers had the money. They were like the biggest company in all of Poland. They were the richest people there. So, maybe their government. You're right. Maybe their government was like, no, hell no, you're not gonna do that. We're not gonna allow you to do this or that. So. Who knows? But as far as the game itself, though, other than that little bullshit issues that I have with it that are something like we're going to have like the full freedoms that other games let you do, this game really, it's something else. It's a great experience. I love the story. I love the whole like cheating death, like the whole aspect of cheating death, where we've seen it in movies before, but really haven't played it much in video games or seen how that affects characters in video games or whatever. So that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to see that perspective, And I already made up my mind. Once this game gets a few more patches later on in the year, because they already announced like a roadmap or whatever. Or, we're going to do this. Once it gets more patches, I plan to replay it again from the beginning. And that's just what I want to do. Just restart the game, I think, and then replay from the beginning and just really take my time the next time to explore as much as I can of Night City and then see what else they add to it or what they take out of it. Because there's a lot of
things. See what comes in the future for sure.
Yeah, because they have DLC planned for this game, and I don't know if I'm assuming it might add new story, a new mission,
I mean, honestly, this is a game caliber. I would even pay for the DLC happily on day one.
Yeah. I would too, honestly. So I'm happy that they have free content coming out, and people forget that. People are bitching about, oh, this game is broken. Like, Yeah, but these guys are releasing free content for you to play later on, and not to mention a multiplayer, which I'm sure the multiplayer is going to have microtransactions. I don't doubt it.
Doesn't everything these days?
Yeah, everything has it, but like, I'll see what they do there. But they could do so much with that multiplayer. They could really make some really cool shit happen. So we'll see what CD Projekt Red does with that. And I just really like Cyberpunk, man.
I'm really hoping for like street gangs where you can form your own gang and have
Or
your
something.
friends come in or something like it, and there's just maybe some raids or something like that.
Yeah, or like, I just imagine like just cool ass missions too, where like, I don't know, you have to kidnap people or fucking whatever, All
Something
kinds of
cooperative, really, that you got to work together on.
Yeah. Fucking take down the whole corporation or whatever. Kidnap the CEO or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's great storylines, really long storylines that you have to co-op on or something like that. I don't know, something, it could be a lot of fun. They have a lot of options to choose from, for sure.
Yeah, kind of like whatever that new heist is for GTA 5. I know there's a new heist that's being promoted. I think you have to pay for it. I think
it's free. I'm pretty sure it's free. Yeah.
But it's like a big heist. It's like a huge one. It's like a whole new thing. Like you gotta rob the casino or some shit. It's like a whole new one. They just released it like this.
Canyo. Let me look it up here.
Yeah, I forget what it's called. Yeah, what's it called?
The Canyo Perico heist.
Yeah, Cayo Perico heist.
Cayo Perico, yeah.
Perico.
Now, what is interesting about this one is I heard this is a heist that you can do on your own. You don't need friends to do it.
Oh, really? So it's just like a solo thing?
Yeah. Now, you can do it with friends, but you can also, unlike before where you had to like get a group to get anything done, you can just do this one on your own if you're good enough.
Wow.
Well, guys, I have got to go. I'm an old lady, and I need my sleep. I'm sorry. This is the price of getting old. That's all I can say. Well, but thank you guys for having me on.
Nice
really,
having you
it was
on here,
awesome.
Normi.
And Lahey, was very nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you too, Normi. You have a good one.
And it's nice to put a face to when we chit chat. And, hopefully we get to all hang out again soon.
Yes, and I look forward to hearing your show.
Awesome. Thank you.
See you, Normi.
Bye, everybody. Bye,
Normi.
Bye, Mayo. Bye, Jesus. Bye.
And Normie is gone. But yeah, this new heist adds a whole new island to the map. So it's pretty cool, man.
I should go back and check it out. I haven't played GT in a while.
Yeah, have I. So, yeah.
What else you been playing over there, Jesus?
Oh, fuck. Forgot. I'm over here reading about this heist. So other things that I played some more of that, what's that samurai game?
Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima! Yes, I played some more of that, man, and I fucking love that game. That game is something else, too.
Samurai Jesus.
So Samurai Jesus.
Samurai sword over there, and you get your little...
Yeah, so I'm doing my thing, man. I'm killing people left and right. Yeah, it's really good. I was supposed to play with Nipron, some of that Legends mode or whatever, because apparently he's really into it. But I should get with him sometime and play that. But yeah, I was playing some of that story still, and it's so fucking good. Like that shit's wild. It's so fucking good. Ghost of Tsushima is my favorite fucking game of PlayStation this year. I mean, I really like The Last of Us 2, I think. It's just hard to really compare. They're so good. Both of those games are just insanely fucking good. It's just hard to compare them.
That's what I hear. I haven't had a PS4 or a PS5, so I'm really looking forward to when I do get one or they come to PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
Oh, man, it's so fucking good. So fucking good. What else? So besides all that, what else have I played? On the PC, I've been playing some Star Wars Battlefront 2. This is based on that Epic released it for free, so I was like, I'm going to get it once again. I already owned it on Origin? And then, yeah, so I owned it on Origin, and then I got it on Epic, so I played it again. And that game is so fucking good, man.
So
Okay.
Did you play it off Epic the other night when we played together?
Yeah.
Okay, so does it like launch Origin when you launch it on Epic Store, kind of like it did off of Steam? Or
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I was curious how that worked.
It'll ask you to log into your Origin account real quick. And
Is there an option to link your Origin account to your Epic account so you don't have to log in?
Yes.
Or was
Once
it
you
just a
log
one-time
in,
thing?
once you log in, it links it. So yeah, I mean, Star Wars Battlefront 2, it's fucking such a good game. Like, like that game is so much fun. There's so much content there. Like there really is. We were playing on a new map the other day. Who was I playing with?
Probably was it me or
It was
Ghost
you.
Nico?
Oh yeah, and Ghost Nico. We were playing on that new map. I forget what fucking planet it's on. It was a foresty, jungly. It was a forest, jungly map. And we were just playing in there, and that shit's so good. Like all my ranks got reset, but maybe I'm thinking of my Xbox ranks. But for some reason, I thought I was way higher on the PC, but apparently I wasn't.
Yeah, because none of mine were, but I still played it off my Origin account. I know you had to log in yours, but I think I was like level 38 jumping in, and I haven't played that game in forever, ever. And
yeah, I don't remember being so low. I was like level 20 something, and like level 1 on everything else, like on all my heroes and everything. They're all level 1s and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm pretty sure I had these guys leveled up more than this, but. Maybe there was a whole reset thing or something. I don't know. Maybe if you didn't play it for so long, you got reset. I don't know. But as far as I know, I was playing that, and I'm fucking having a blast with it. Even today, I was playing some more of it. That game is so fucking good. It's so good to be a Jedi and just fuck people up. Like being a Jedi and just running in there into a fucking room and taking out like 10 people at once with your fucking force powers or whatever, just fucking pushing people away and or doing the fucking chokehold, when you're fucking choking like fucking 5 stormtroopers at the same time. You're like, yeah, motherfuckers, I'm fucking Darth Vader. You're just fucking everybody up. It's so fucking good. It's so fucking good.
Have you been playing this on the OLED, or are you still playing this on your monitor?
Playing on the monitor, so I'm getting pretty good frame rates, and like the game fucking looks incredible even on the monitor. I'm like, fucking hey, this shit's fucking dope.
Yeah.
But playing on the OLED, it looks fucking cool as shit too.
I thought about hooking my PC back up to the OLED again, but to play with mouse and keyboard would be kind of uncomfortable. So I was like, would it be worth the sacrifice? I'm like, maybe I will try it out. I could probably set it in the ottoman and figure out a way. But I was like, nah, I'm just gonna leave it here and play it on the 144 hertz monitor. I think I was getting like 180 frames with the game on max settings, and I think I turned my field of view all the way up to either 100 or 110, and it was running great.
Yeah, I've got it on Ultra as well. It's running around 200 frames on my computer as well. It's a fantastic game.
Yeah, the whatchamacallit, the field of view slider on the multiplayer is kind of weird though. We're playing it in first person perspective. Like, if you turn up the field of view, your character runs like 5 times faster than normal. I don't know what it is, but your character is so fast.
I thought I was running awfully fast when I did it. I didn't realize that was it.
It feels like you're fucking flying across the map. Like I don't know if it looks like that for the other players, but when I switched it earlier today to like 110%, I was legit across the map in like 2 seconds. I was like, what the fuck? How did I get across the map so fucking fast? But it's like your character runs so much fast. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know the perspective. I don't know what the fuck it is, man. It's just, for some reason, if you fuck with the field of view slider, you turn it all the way up to 100 or 110 or whatever, your character runs like fucking turbo speed. He's like Sonic, dude, just running through that whole fucking map. It's kind of weird. I don't know. I didn't like it, so I switched it back down to 55, which is the default. Because I was like, this is just way too fast for me.
You probably had one of your old hacks on, and you forgot, and you just didn't turn it off, and you were able to cheat. That's why you were level like 25 or 28 before that, because you're using some speed hack, and you were like basically at the other base before they even had a chance to load in or something, and you were probably over there just cheating over there probably.
But yeah, I love the just everything in the game, like the humor that when you're playing as the droids, the fucking humor that they have, it's so cheesy. Like the droid will be talking shit to you, like I told you guys to win or whatever. Like you guys were supposed to capture that base, now we're losing, and they got all these little humorous fucking quips that all these fucking characters are saying constantly, or like even like even like the Jedis and shit when they run into a room and they have like their stupid one-liners. It's like this shit's hilarious. It has that stupid ass Star Wars humor, and it's just they do it so well in this game and that multiplayer. It's so fucking well done. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of that lately. So a lot of Star Wars Battlefront 2. I decided to go play some more Black Ops Cold War, and that game keeps crashing on me. I don't know what's the deal with that game. It doesn't help that like I was kind of having a good time last night, and then it crashed, and then I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not trying to fix it. I'm not. I'm done playing it for the night. It keeps giving me some error. It tells me that like, hey, you're shit. Like I'll be playing and all of a sudden everything will just freeze. Like it won't freeze up, but it was just like this fucking window will pop up and it says like, hey, the game has stopped responding. Do you want to scan and repair or do you want to close it? And it gives you like a bunch of error codes or whatever. And I'm just not gonna deal with that. I don't know what the hell it's doing, why it's doing it. You know what I mean? Like I have no idea why it could be doing it. I haven't ran the game differently from before. I haven't changed anything on the computer. The computer's the exact same fucking way that it was earlier in the year.
The installation is too big. It probably can't find the file, so it just crashes.
Something.
It's got too many files to look through. I did see the other day, somebody actually was on a podcast and they had mentioned, and I didn't really realize this. I thought it was kind of funny that they mentioned that, the size of Call of Duty is like 200 gig or whatever, right? And the size of Microsoft Flight Simulator that has a map of the whole world with real-time weather and all that stuff is like 50 or 60 gigabyte. And then Call of Duty's up there with 200, and...
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of fucking insane how much fucking space that game takes. But yeah, for some reason it just keeps fucking crashing on me, and it'll run fine for a few matches, and then it'll just do it random, like it's just randomly. I don't know if it overheats my computer or what's it doing. It's just all of a sudden it's just like boom, game is not responding. We're shutting it down, and it just turns off. I'm like, well, fuck me. Okay, like whatever. I guess I won't play. So.
I'm assuming you have update drivers and all that.
Yep. I recently actually updated them yesterday, so should be fine. Is
that happening on Modern Warfare as well, or just on Black Ops?
Just on Black Ops from what I've experienced, so I don't know.
That's odd.
Yeah. Other things that I've been playing this week, I actually downloaded Need for Speed Most Wanted Remastered or Hot Pursuit Remastered. I don't know what the fuck is which one of those fucking games. It's a remastered edition, so I'm pretty sure it's Hot Pursuit. Yeah, so I re-downloaded that. And I played it, and it runs great. I mean, it's an older game that's been remastered, so it looks really good on the PC. But even with enabled crossplay, I couldn't find anyone playing this game. Like I'm pretty sure this game just came out in August or November or something, and like even when I enabled the crossplay to, I guess there's crossplay between everything, Switch, consoles, and PC, it nothing came up. Like I was trying to find a lobby of like a multiplayer lobby, to like fuck with people as a cop. And there's just no people playing it. The thing is that like current players, when I saw it on Steam, it said current players 300 and something, but it never, like I couldn't find a match. So that was just bizarre to me that I had that many players, but you couldn't find a multiplayer lobby. Maybe they were all playing the single player mode. I don't know.
It has mostly positive reviews.
Yeah, because that game was really good on the Xbox when it first came out, like on the Xbox One original or whatever, and it came out, and that game came out with it. Like, I fucking love that game.
Mm-hmm.
I beat the entire campaign on the racer side, and then I went and did it on the cop side. And, like, it's really cool. You get, like, these really cool cop cars and really cool shit. You can call in, like, helicopters and fucking all kinds of cool shit, EMPs and shit. And, I was trying to think to myself, like, I really want to play that, so I downloaded it or whatever, and then I played it, and then once I couldn't get into a match, I was like, well, this is kind of boring. Like, I don't want to just play AI or whatever, because the AI is so predictable, it's like I'm going to win every time. There's no, like, chance of them fucking kicking my ass or whatever and getting away, It's just, I'm going to win all the time, so I'm just going to just not deal with this or whatever. So I just deleted it after the few minutes that I played. So it's kind of shitty, but the game looked really good. I'll give it that. It looked really good.
Looked amazing. Nice. No community.
No community at all, which is sad, and that's the reason EA kills games. Like people always give shit to EA about killing games. Well, yeah, you're gonna
people
kill
need
the
to play
game.
the games for EA to keep them up.
Yeah, like you can't, you don't expect the company to keep paying for the fucking servers to keep a game up if no one's playing it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, okay, whatever. So yeah, I'm fucking sure that game is gonna have like no multiplayer servers by the end of this year. Like, it's sad because it literally just came out like in November, like 4 months ago, 3 months ago, whatever the fuck, It's
it tends to be the way for Need for Speeds. There was a hit and miss on a lot of them, I think.
Yeah, and it could be because it's a remake also. Like a lot of people play it a lot. It's not like it has like like a big involved campaign. It's racing, so you've probably done a lot of this before, and so it probably wears off pretty quick.
And we all grew up playing Need for Speed quite a bit.
Yeah, I used to love the Need for Speed series. I remember the first time they had introduced the police, when you could be a cop and you were chasing people in the dark and you could see the lights in the dark and stuff. Like, it's so cool.
It's so fucking awesome. Yeah, like that's what this game is all about. That you could be a cop and chase people and fuck people up, or like just like in the multiplayer. There was like I remember on the Xbox when I played it, there was like this multiplayer mode where like everyone was just kind of like in free roam or whatever, but like the racers that were in free roam, they could like initiate street races with each other, and they can like actually start like a regular street race with like AI. So there would be like fucking 20 fucking race cars that would go by you, and then all of a sudden, if you were a cop, you can fucking initiate a pursuit, and then you started a pursuit. And then, like, other cops that were playing in the fucking game could actually, like, come in and fucking help you take these guys out. And, like, it would be so much fun because you would have, like, fucking, 3-4 cop cars that were fucking, like, real players. And you were just fucking these fucking dudes up with, like, roadblocks and helicopters and fucking spike strips and all kinds of cool shit you were calling in. And, that's what I was trying to experience. Once again, trying to relive 7 years ago, and I couldn't. So I'm like, what the fuck? Oh well. It happens. Other than that, I played all that. I went back a little bit to some Frostpunk. The last Autumn DLC, which is the DLC that I keep struggling with. Like, this DLC is hard, Mayo. It's so hard. It's this game. Fucker, you think Dead Cells is hard?
This game. Funny, that's going to come up tonight.
This game is fucking ridiculously hard, man. Like, you think you have shit figured out. You think to yourself, okay, I have enough food coming in. I have enough wood. There's enough coal to keep shit burning. There's enough steel to keep making the shit to build this fucking generator they want me to build. I'm way ahead of my deadline, so I'm good there. And then all of a sudden it's like, boom, like 50 people died because some explosion happens, and now you're down 50 workers. It's like, what? Like, and then they give you like a notice from the fucking London, city of London, like, hey, that boat that keeps sending you new fucking workers and supplies, that boat isn't coming like after 7 days, so you better order whatever you need now, and then we're not going to send you any more supplies after like 7 days or something. It's
you got to be able to adapt over there.
Jesus Christ, man. What am I supposed to do? I got to feed people. I'm trying to feed people. I'm trying to get people to like get back to work. I'm trying to build these clinics. I'm trying to build a hospital for people. I'm trying to get people, send dead bodies back to fucking England or whatever to get buried right.
You should be eating the dead bodies.
And I don't know, man, but the game the game is fucking hard. It's so hard. Like I failed miserably at the end. It was like you failed. It's like It's like, but I was doing so good for forever, and like, how the fuck did I fail? What did I do wrong? Like, I had literally everything covered, like the food, the people, the needs, and then the winter. Like I don't know if you know this, Mel, but in the last autumn, it's autumn, so there's like no coldness you have to deal with. Oh no! Towards the end of that shit, what happens? The fucking cold came early or something. Like, oh, now the frost is here, so now you got to fucking build heaters for people, and you know, you don't have the fucking steam core in the middle to heat the whole city, so now you gotta like build all these little heaters everywhere, and make sure you have enough coal for all the heaters around the city. And the hospital, the people are dying because there's no fucking heater near the hospital, and there's no wood to make more coal, and there's no fucking coal to burn to keep the shit going. Oh man,
Sounds like a lot.
It's a fucking clusterfuck.
I know I tried it a
stresses
couple
me out
times.
listening to you talk about it.
It was a very hard game. I didn't make it very far into it at all. I died quite prolifically.
Yeah, it's a really fucking hard game. Like even on easy. Like I tried playing this on easy, and then like maybe if I play it on easy, I can figure out the strategy to this. Like, but no, it's like no, fuck you, dude. You think this is easy, motherfucker? Okay, like it will fuck you over anyways. You know, it's like God damn it, dude. Like it's a fucking ridiculously hard game, but I guess that's the way it's supposed to be. Because if it was too easy, then people would be like, well, that's just too easy. But I look forward to playing more of it. It really scratches that itch for me, that strategy itch. You know, kind of like when I was playing, what's that other game that I would play a lot of on the Xbox One was like City Skylines, you know? Like every time I would expand my city a little bit more, you know, get more people to move into the city and they would expand it more, there would be new situations that would come up, you know, like oh, now your fucking sewer is not fucking strong enough to fucking work, or now you don't have enough power to generate enough electricity for the entire. So like you're constantly thinking, okay, so like I'm gonna lay down these roads, and this is gonna be the new side of my city over here. So I'm laying down all these roads, you know, making a grid, like how I want the city to look like. Then like, okay, I'm going to make all these houses, and I'm going to destroy all the houses that are inside the middle of the city. I'm going to remove all those houses and make those businesses. And then you're constantly moving shit around to make it work in the city. And that's kind of what, you know, that game really scratches that, I guess that management itch. You know, I really love management games. Like I really enjoy them. So I think that, those two games really do it for me, like Frostpunk and City Skylines. They're so well done that they work out for me when it comes to strategy or management, I guess.
So you don't have a very high homeless rate over there in City Skylines?
Oh no, in City Skylines, in that city that I had, what was it? What the fuck did I? Jesusopolis or something like that. That's what I called it. That city was amazing. It had like a shitload of citizens. They had like almost, I think it was like 1 million people that lived in that city. I had a football stadium, Mayo. I had fucking green solar energy. I had fucking like recycled fucking trash everywhere. I had fucking badass fucking, I had enough fire departments and dead people's fucking things that would pick up dead people everywhere and all kinds of shit, man. I had enough jobs. We were a green city, Mayo, okay? We were the city of the future, Mayo. We were a green city. It was amazing.
So
but the thing is, I cannot import that to the PC, so if I wanted to play City Skylines on the PC, I would literally have to start with like nothing and just build the city from scratch, which that city took a long time for me to build. It looked like it really did. It took like 3 months of like me playing on and off, and then sometimes like playing for hours on end just to get that city to like run properly, you know? Because you know, as the city grows, you don't got to just deal with like power and water problems and sewage problems. You got to deal with dead bodies, hospitals, like having enough all that shit, enough hospitals, enough police to keep the crime rate down, enough fucking roads, like build your roads right so there's enough traffic flow, so there's like not a whole bunch of traffic jams and shit. So like this, all this shit you gotta think about, Mayo. You gotta think about all this, Mayo.
Oh, I know. I haven't played a city builder since, well, I guess I played the Jurassic World game. The Jurassic Park game. But before that, maybe the last one I probably played was like Sim City or something way back.
Yeah.
Sounds a lot like what I've been playing called Anno. I have it on Ubisoft there. Anno 2135, I think it is.
Yeah, it's actually a lot like it. Yeah, where you're building a city and you're kind of managing.
You got to manage your commercial zones and your residential, and you got to get your buildings upgraded to get more citizens, and you got to get more citizens to go to the next level, and all that. It's a lot of fun. But it's a time sink for sure because you lose time doing that.
Yeah, you just sit there and you're trying to figure things out, and I know Anno has that one, the 2135. I think that one's based in the future, right?
Yeah, and then there's Anno 1800 as well, which is set in the older times. Both are quite enjoyable. I enjoy both of them.
But yeah, that's all I've been playing this week, guys. I mean, I should probably buy Hitman 3 already because I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah, I was thinking that today too. There's something in the news about that. I don't know if you've seen the news yet or not, but
I know that it's only available on Epic for us PC players, man.
All right.
Only on Epic because I tried to find it on Steam.
Well, I suppose.
And Steam was like, "No, we were too hobo to have that game. You can't afford it." So I don't know. So it's only on Epic.
Can't afford it.
They cannot afford it. Yeah, they can't afford it.
Yeah, poor Steam. Yeah, they have no money left.
No money in that company over there.
No money. They can't. Look, even Epic is bringing back Left 4 Dead, which should be a Steam fucking exclusive, and it's on Epic. All right. I should show you something, Mayo. Who's really for the gamer? All right. You're fucking Lord Gabe over there in New Zealand, struggling with all his money in a corona-free country, or Tim Sweeney, who's living in fucking North Carolina in his own forest and buying malls, okay?
Right.
Who's really for the gamer? Oh, man. Anyways, that's all I've been playing. What have you been playing, guys? Or whoever wants to go. What have you been playing?
Oh, go ahead, Lahey. I'll let you go ahead and jump in there.
Well, mostly for me, it's been 7 Days to Die the last couple weeks. That game has definitely been my addiction. It's a zombie survival horror game that levels with you. So as you go up in game level, the loot gets better, the zombies get harder, and then every 7 days there's a blood moon where the zombies just full out attack you wherever you are. And those also get crazier every 7 days. So it just gives me that really, really good sense of progression in the game, and it keeps me coming back.
That's definitely a game we need to get you into, Jesus. I know you have it now, so we need to get you in there. We do have a dedicated server now, right, Lahey?
Yes. Ghost Nico has been kind enough to set up a dedicated server for the community. So anybody that wants to play, just message him or me, and we can get you in. And it's not the prettiest game, but it's got some really good gameplay to it that makes up for that, I think. And the crafting system's very enjoyable as well.
Yeah, it's a good game to play with the community in a group. We have like 6, 7 people probably at a time playing. Lately.
Yeah. Even Gunny's been hopping in there pretty regularly to play, which is nice. And but just the loot progression is enough to keep you just wanting to go out and explore and get better stuff and keep upgrading your base.
There's also like I know my son, I remember him kind of doing a little workaround. There's like a not a boss level, but there's like an advanced level that you have to work your way up into, right? It's like a building, and then I remember him like building around the outside, and then just jumping down in from above, and basically doing the ending first. So like he jumps in, and then he I remember he had some kind of problem, like he couldn't get out, and he was having a hard time like killing everybody by himself, and he was begging for us to come over and help him, and
Yeah, well, your son likes to go to the end first for sure, but all the hard stuff because that's where the loot is. But the way the levels are designed is you're supposed to follow it up, and it gets progressively harder that way. If you gets too much, you can back out, and you don't get stuck by 100 radiated zombies coming at you. But yeah, and then other than that, I've just been playing the Star Wars Battlefront, same as Jesus, and that game is just fantastic. I love storming into battle with the Empire's music playing behind me, and I've been playing that with your son as well, and he's quite good at that. Last night we did some rounds where we were first and second for probably a good couple hours, getting 100 kills plus each time.
Nice. I usually hold down the middle of the fort right there. Like usually I will kind of hang around the middle on that one. I'll get lots of kills. I don't think you get a lot of points for the kills. I don't think is. I need to be better at getting objectives, and I haven't played it for so long. I was having to ask Jesus the other night. I'm like, do you have objectives in this? I don't remember how this works. I couldn't remember if you had a leader, and here I was the leader, and on our troop, you know. And I'm like,
100 kills, seen shit.
Yeah.
Samurai Jesus would get 1,000 kills easy.
Oh, well, Samurai Jesus was in Star Wars, so they would be over. That's pretty much what the Jedi's are, though. Samurai.
If I was in the movie Star Wars, like fucking Darth Vader, dude, I would have just killed him in like 2 seconds. The movie would be over.
See, there would be
no trilogy.
He tries to be the OP heroes in the game all the time, and he's like, "Oh, look at me, I'm OP." Hogging up all the character slots, I'm trying to log in, I'm trying to spin my battle points, and this character's taken. I'm pretty sure Jesus just takes them all the time. He just won't let me in. He's a bully over here. I'm sitting with like 30,000 points and trying to use like a character.
Well, you gotta use them up quick, man. Like
you gotta be quick on that draw.
Yeah.
Right now, also Star Wars Battlefront 2 has a thing going on. If you're playing it, if you're playing the multiplayer, that they actually lowered the cost of all the heroes across the boards, because usually like a Jedi will cost, I don't know, anywhere between 4,000 to 6,000 points to get, and now they lowered it, so they're like 2,000 to 4,000 points to get. So I mean, and like all the other not the Jedi's, but like we call them like the rocket troopers and like the
specialist
dark
type people.
Troopers. Yeah, like the badass looking guys in the movies or whatever.
I love that dark trooper we were using the other night.
Oh, dude, that thing was OP, right?
We were tearing people up with that character.
I legit would die as that character, Mayo, and I would wait for him to pop up to be available. I would just respawn as him.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
I would always have enough points to just keep respawning as him, and I had so many fucking points.
Yeah, that was like me last night with the A2 Walker. I was just killing so many people that by the time it did kill me, I would just spawn with another AT Walker and be right back there.
Yeah, me and Mayo were running around as Dark Troopers on this like island-looking map. Like I said, there's a ton of new content in this game with the Celebration Edition that and new maps, and like we were just fucking Jedi. We were fucking everybody up, right, man? And then little Yoda would come out of the forest all fucking fast, doing his backflips, and like, oh shit, it's fucking Yoda.
Yeah, Yoda's a little overpowered for sure
because he's so fast.
He's so hard to shoot. He's so little.
Yeah,
and he's jumping around, and you're like,
he's doing like backflips and shit coming at you. It's like,
when you start shooting your own lasers back at you, and you're like, oh my god, it's Yoda.
Mayo heard me yell that a few times yesterday. I was like, oh fuck, it's Yoda. He's coming at me.
Right, and we're running the other direction. Go back.
Running backwards.
Well, no, that game just really is a lot of fun. It's really well done. No, there's no two ways about it. It's just fun.
7 Days to Die. This is a game that I want to get into. Thanks to Mayo, I now own it on the Steam machine. I actually downloaded it the other day. It wasn't a big download. It was like 3 gigs or something. It was really small.
Yeah,
it's like 4.5 or something like that. But yeah,
only real good games take like 300 gigs.
Well, like I said, it's not graphically beautiful, but it's a lot of fun. I think of it as a kind of a more adult Minecraft.
Yeah, that's what it seems like to me, like a darker Minecraft.
Yeah.
With a little bit of pressure to
you know what?
be prepared.
Well, and that's just it. That 7-day deadline, it really gets you in there and wanting to loot, get ammo, because you got to get your ammo, you got to get your base built, you got to get upgrades going, and you only have 7 days of game time to do that.
Yeah. That's, like, even, I know people that play this on the PlayStation religiously. They play this game on the PlayStation, like, every weekend. They're like, oh, bro, we got like a whole squad going and shit, But I've also seen, like, even my kid knows about this game. Like, so, like, this game, it's kind of, like, known for the people that play Minecraft. The people that play Minecraft know about this game, you know what I mean? It's kind of like they know it's there. And I always thought to myself, like, Minecraft should have a more darker version of Minecraft, you know?
Yeah.
Because Minecraft it could get hard. Like, no bullshit. Like, Minecraft can be hard if you play that shit on survival mode and, like, have, like, all these things going after you. Like, it can get a little difficult. But I always wonder, like, what if they, like, made Minecraft, you know, where, like, it was more adult-oriented or whatever. You had guns and shit, you know, or whatever the fuck, and you know, the zombies look like zombies instead of creepers or whatever. Like, I wonder if they would get more players that way. I wonder.
Possibly. Probably.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of basically what this is, you know, like
7 Days has a really decent. Oh, sorry, Mayo. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just saying that, like, you know, it's kind of like how you were saying. This basically is like an adult Minecraft, and you know, it is a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's got a really good player base. Like, if you search for servers, there's a lot of servers going on right now. So there's no shortage of games to just jump into, and if you want to do PvP or whatever, that option is there as well.
I feel like this game is like really close. Like, it could hit it really big. I think if a bunch of streamers picked it up and started streaming this, it's kind of like Rust. Like, Rust is the same kind of concept, and now a bunch of streamers are picking up Rust, and they're all playing in one server. Like, all these famous people are playing together, and it seems like it's picking up traction all of a sudden, you know. And just like in Among Us, where all these streamers started playing Among Us, and that's when Among Us kind of exploded, you know. Like, all these kids were watching these streamers play it, and then next thing you know, Among Us is super popular, you know. And the same thing with Rust. I see Rust getting more and more popular, and it's because of these streamers playing it. And just crazy the power and the influence that they have, you know, where people just don't get introduced to a game by watching the streamer play it, and then they're like, oh, this game's so great, I want to play it, you know. And then the game's big. And I feel like this is really close. Like, it's a really good game. It's really fun, you know, especially when you get in a community, you get that community together, and you got guys doing different things, and you're kind of screwing around, just kind of regular banter between everybody. I know, like, Lahey would get on there, and he'd be talking crap with my son, and they'd be talking about shooting each other all the time, and this and that, and, you know, and Drax is on there, and Nico, you know, and they're just kind of go back and forth, you know. We're making fun of Gunny and his all black alien looking skin that he
darkness.
has, and it's like Dark Gunny.
Darkness.
The darkness.
The darkness has arrived.
But yeah,
Fucking, like, no, it's just me, guys. It's fucking Gunny.
Yeah.
Oh, when I found him that night, dude, he was running at me, and I just saw this black shadow coming down the road at me, and I was just like, "What is that, dude?"
Did I shoot at this thing right now? Or what the hell?
I was like, if I didn't see Gunny Chief above his head, I definitely would have shot him.
It's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, I look forward to playing this with the community. It's just, like I said, my schedule's a little wonky where like, the times everyone is playing, I'm usually not on, you know?
yeah.
That's
Like,
really
for you, you have to what, like a Friday night or Thursday night for
Yeah.
you. Probably easier to win it.
Well, the nice thing about the dedicated server now is it's running 24/7. Nobody needs to be on to get on the server, so you can just go on whenever you want now.
Did you pay for this server?
No, Nico had an old computer at home, and we spent a couple days going through and setting it up and getting it all running.
So
There you
there's a
go, ladies and
login and a
gentlemen.
password, and we have a text channel for 7 Days to Die in our Discord now, Jesus. And there's a pinned message in there with the login and the password. So
I think I need to update that actually with the new server
Not
information.
anymore. I just deleted that channel.
yeah, right.
Yeah, I need to update the server name because it's Phantom Zone now.
Okay, well there you go. So, but it will be in the
Discord.
Discord.
Man. You know, like it's cool to see the community getting together and playing games with each other and really embracing that whole community fucking thing. You know what I mean? Like that's something that I really like about our community is we have people that play like Normi said, they play fucking The Last of Us. Not the what's this fucking game called?
Among Us.
Among Us.
Yeah.
It's something to us. Yeah, you know, they play Among Us, and then they got we got people playing 7 Days to Die now, and who knows what else people will be playing, in the future. So that's fucking awesome, man. That people get together and do that shit, I know that you're always on here, Lahey, and you're always playing, shout out to you. And I know that there's a few other people that get on here, and I always see them, like, just in the server playing, like, whatever, like random-ass fucking games and shit. So
I play a lot of games. I probably play too many games. I know I spend too much money on games, that's for sure.
I think we all do. Except for Jesus, he doesn't spend any money on games.
Spend no money on games.
No, just on COD points.
Just all the money on COD
Yeah.
points. Microtransactions. I'm the one that complains about microtransactions, and then I fucking go and buy them all.
He supports them twice over. Because you also buy all the deluxe editions of games,
Yeah.
and then don't
I don't
play
know
the
why.
DLC.
Like even Hitman, like the reason I haven't pre-ordered is because I'm like, should I just wait? But like if I pre-order, I get all this cool shit. Like I could get all this cool like
Don't want to miss out.
guns and shit. Like I don't know, Mayo. Maybe I should pre-order.
Yeah, well, getting a gun with a pre-order is different than paying for DLC and not playing it.
Especially if it's a game you know you're going to play.
I'm looking at you, Assassin's Creed.
Right?
Fucking game. I played 2
Oh,
hours of it, 3 hours, 5 hours. I mean, like 6 hours of that fucking game. It's like 100-hour fucking game. I don't know how Iams beat it. Iams beat it. I don't know how he did it. He's like, yeah, dude, I beat it. I'm like, I don't know how the fuck. But he said that it took him like 3 weeks or 4 weeks to beat, and like literally like playing like every day, like playing like at least a few hours every day. I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah. When I played that, I don't expect to even beat like an Assassin's Creed game anymore. I just play it for a while until I'm just kind of done playing it. I enjoy everything I do. And then when I just fall off of it, I fall off of it. But for us, Jesus, you and I, it's easier to fall off a game because we're always playing the newest thing all the time. We're trying to get on here, talk about the new stuff, share with the community what our experiences are. So we're making that sacrifice, going over there and just playing new stuff like all the time. So it does make it hard to stay on a game for a while.
I know I fell off Assassin's Creed when Cyberpunk came out, and I haven't been able to get back into it.
Exactly.
Now. I was like 60 hours in, and I'm just like, I don't know.
But with that being said, Mayo, there's also those games that actually pull us in, and we see them all the way through that really shine, that are really like something that we feel like we're so compelled that we got to finish it. For example, for me, it's been The Last of Us. I beat that game this year, as well as Cyberpunk. Like there was something about it that has pulled me into that shit that is like, I need to see this through. Like, I don't give a fuck if it's 200 hours. I'm gonna fucking figure out a way to beat this shit. Like I'll just keep playing it till I beat it. So that's, there's games out there that really set themselves apart. Compared to other games. I feel like.
Yeah, for me that was Hades this year for sure.
I hear a lot of good things about the game. Like I was looking at that on Steam today. I'm like, Hades, should I check this
It's
out?
the story is just it's so intriguing. You don't even mind dying and going back to hear the next part of the story. It's really well done. Thanks to Mayo for getting me into roguelikes this year.
Right?
I really enjoyed them.
Yeah, and I was never a big roguelike fan until Dead Cells grabbed me. And then that game, I just still play it. And that's something I can jump on. Like what I've been playing is, I've been playing Dead Cells again. I had a guy at work. He played Hades and loved Hades, and sure enough, so I'm like, hey, tell him about Dead Cells. And next thing I know, he comes back to me at work like a week later. He's like, dude, this Dead Cells game is badass. And he's like, that's all I'm playing. He's like, I can't stop playing it. And I'm like, yeah. So then we're talking about it, and I'm like, oh, I'll have to walk you through some things and showing you some tricks and some hidden stuff and where you get this and where you get that. And it just made me want to play it again. So then what do? I go home, fire up the game, and there was an update that I missed somewhere. Like it wasn't really pushed real hard, and they just added the game. So they added like a bunch of new stuff for me to unlock. So I'm like, oh, cool, I can unlock this and I can unlock that. So then I'm back into it again, still trying to beat the 2 BC. I think I streamed last night for a couple hours trying to beat it and did some other stuff. We had somebody, I'm trying to remember who it was. Oh, it was Vaderholic jumped in my stream and he was watching me play. And even Vader, like, he's in 2 BC with myself and he really loves this game. He even was like, even watching you play, I continue to see and learn new stuff. There's like stuff I didn't know that I've discovered, or I try to show people as I stream. I'm like, hey, did you know this is here? Like, because there's an invisible ledge out here. If you can jump all the way off the side of the map over here in this one corner, you fall on an invisible ledge. And then there's like this new item room over here. There's a blueprint over here, for a new weapon unlock and just stuff like that. There's just so many little things that is added to that game. that makes it fun also. And again, I just started playing it, got hooked on it, and then what do I see? I see in the news that there's a new DLC coming out on the 26th. So again, I'm like, all right, look, I want to play some more of this. And now they have a new biome coming, they have a new boss coming, they have new weapons coming again, and it's their second paid DLC. So pretty much guaranteed bought for me. I'm going to buy this thing. It's $4.99. Never have a problem paying for their DLC. This is only the second time they've charged for it, and they probably made about 10 DLCs now. And the last one they charged for was the Rise of the Giant, and that was a really good DLC, and it had some fun weapons and fun enemies and just different stuff. I know you got a whistle was one of the weapons you could get, and the giant's hand would come up from underground and like do like an AoE damage attack and stuff, and was one of the weapons you could unlock. And so that was just kind of fun, just this different dynamic of things too, and just it lets you add your builds and when you do your runs and mixing different weapon combinations together to get them to try to work and stuff, and it's just fun. But so I probably was saying probably 12 hours in Dead Cells probably this week. But besides that, like you, Jesus, and Lahey were saying,
I'm surprised you never beat Cuphead.
I was close in Cuphead, and I kind of fell off that one. I got to the third island. I don't know how you played it much, Jesus. So there's like different islands, and it was the last area, and then it got pretty tough, and I really enjoyed it, and I fell off of it for a reason.
DLC?
Yeah, they had some DLC I never played either, but I fell off of that, and I just thought I would pretty much have to start over to get back into that game, because it's like such a progression. Just to jump in on that high of a difficulty level on a harder game like that, it would be really difficult. And it's been so long since I played, I definitely have to just start over.
Yeah, I want to go back and check that game out again. I need to give it another chance. I need to give one of these games a chance. Like another game that I never played that's supposed to be a really good Microsoft exclusive or whatever. It's Ori. People always tell me good things about Ori or whatever, and I just never played it.
Yeah. I know I booted it up on my OLED when I first got it, and it's beautiful. I haven't played much of it, but it looks amazing on the OLED at 120 hertz on the Series X.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually. Well, that was one of the games when I got my my OLED that I launched on the Xbox Series X, or the Xbox One X, sorry. And I did I did just a 4K option. The 4K 60, I think that game runs at. And yeah, it looked really good. And
I should just download that on my PC and just hook it up and play it on the OLED or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, 120 on the OLED, it melts your eyes. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's got those bright colors and stuff. That's why it looks really good on the OLED, I think. There's such that contrast. It's got a lot of dark and brights, so you have like a darker background sometimes with real, your character is real bright, and there's just a nice difference between things. It's very, very artsy. Tells a really nice story without using much words, like they don't really, you run across some characters that have some like text dialogue, but they don't talk in the game. So it's just all musical and just like almost kind of relaxing. It's one of those games where you can just kind of relax and sit back and play and just work your way through and try to solve the puzzles and figure out what you need to get where. And, there's no real huge penalty for dying. You just kind of respawn. So it's a good, just sit back and relax, kind of chill game.
I think it's cool that Dead Cells keeps adding more stuff that you keep finding, even after all the hours that you put into the game.
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing I'm on 2 BC, which I said is considered very hard difficulty. And when you actually get to 3 BC, they actually have stuff that had been in the game since it first came out, before all this DLCs came out, that you can't even access until you get to 3 BC. And then it's like, there's going to be new stuff. So as soon as I can beat this on 2 BC, there's new stuff waiting for me to unlock. And then the game even has a different ending. When you get all the way to 5 BC, there's a whole new set of levels and a whole new final boss, the true final boss, when you get to 5 BC, which is like hell mode. And it's just crazy that they put the actual last level in the game behind the hardest difficulty in the game. So like you have to beat the game on the hardest difficulty level to get to the true last ending in the last level. And it has unique enemies in that level and everything. So like there's weapons, new enemies, new bosses that you have to fight that you won't even get to see. You know, I've got like 220 hours in this game, and I still haven't seen some of the base content yet.
Yeah, Hades did something similar. I mean, I know I've beaten Hades, and I've gone back, and I'm on the next difficulty now, and I have a bunch of penalties and all that stuff as well. So it's very similar.
Get fucking good.
I know.
God, you guys.
I'm trying.
We're trying, Jesus. We're trying.
Oh, you guys.
I want to see Jesus play this game. I think you should stream this game, and I should watch you play. This game, I don't know. You get frustrated, Jesus. You'd be like, screw this game. I'm done. I'm done. And you could be a samurai, Jesus. You got like a sword. You're just like a side scroller with a sword. You got a little ninja costume, you know, but you can just pretend you're a samurai.
Maybe.
But a couple other games I just played just real quick. Just some old stuff. Playing around on my OLED, just trying to see what games look like and stuff like that. I downloaded the Ace Combat or Air Combat, the newest one that's on Game Pass, and I played a couple levels of that, and the game looked pretty good. You know, nothing like spectacular, but it was enjoyable. You know, playing it on the big screen was kind of fun. With that, you know, haven't seen the jet and getting little dog fights and stuff like that. And then one night I was kind of bored for some reason. I jumped on. I want to see what Forza Horizon looked like on the OLED with the different modes. So the first time I launched it in the 1440p at 120 hertz mode, just to get the TV to run the 120 and you know, to utilize that feature. And the game looks really good on there with, you know, it has HDR and all that stuff too. So, you know, the game just kind of sucked me in for a little while. I think I played it for a couple of days, going back in. And I don't know if they've added to that game. Like, if they continue to add to this game, because I thought I was pretty far into it. And I had bought in the Lego DLC even at the time. And when I logged in, I was back on the base world. And there's, like, you can filter what shows up on your map. And I had just the new stuff. And my map was just covered with races that I haven't done yet, and I'm like, yeah, I know I've progressed more than this. I'm like, I have quite a bit of cars, I have a lot of money,
because I think they're done updating that game with new content and even with updates, I think. But I think they just, like, all the events they've ever done, like whatever type of event for like a certain movie or a certain whatever, you know, I'm pretty sure they just put it all into the game.
Yeah, because I know there's some showcase events that showed up, and I know I've done all the ones that were available at the time, and now I have like new showcase events, and I seen someone had like a dirt bike on one of them, like I don't know what that was, and I'm like, what is this, you know? And so
yeah, and
then just the music in the game, you know, like, you know, hearing some of that old music, you know, like the Block Party music channel, you know, is playing some like older rap and stuff, and you know, you can do a little rock channel and all that.
Go back to that game, check it out again.
Yeah, and so I'm enjoying it, and I still want to get in and try the Battle Royale mode. It's something I've never tried on it, and I hear it's really good.
It's really fun, man. Like, you start off, everyone starts off as Mini Coopers. I'm pretty sure it's the Mini Cooper you start off with, and then you pretty much all have to, like, you're all like on the map, and then you all have to either find another player, and if you find another player, you can tag him. And once you tag him, your car changes. Your car changes to the next car. And once you, like, changes to the next car, then, like, you go into the next, like, another player, and you have to, like, when you tag him, you get, like, a new checkpoint. Like, it'll say, like, race. Like, it'll give you, like, a checkpoint, and whoever gets to that point on the map first wins. So, like, if I run into you, Mayo, and we both have Mini Coopers, and then I tag you, then it gives us a checkpoint, and whichever one of us makes it there first.
Does it change both of our cars then? Like, if you tag me, will it change my car, and then your car gets changed?
No. Whoever gets to the checkpoint first wins, and then you get to upgrade your car to the next car.
Okay, so you're both Mini Coopers the first time.
Yeah, so you're both Mini Coopers, and then you're out. So, like, if you lose that race, Mail, then you're done in the Battle Royale. You've been kicked off. Mm-hmm. So the goal is to kind of, like, upgrade your car, keep racing people, and eventually you get, like, by the end of the fucking Battle Royale, you're fucking racing, like, Ferraris and Lamborghinis. And like,
does everybody have the same, like, progression cycle? Like, does everybody get the same level 2 car, level 3 car? Yeah. So everybody kind of has the same kind of stuff as they're competing. So it's like...
Yeah.
the
But
same kind of
sometimes
cars.
though, like you'll still be a Mini Cooper because you've been hiding, and the fucking Lamborghini will show up and tag you.
Oh, because
and it's
nobody's
like,
challenged you
fuck.
yet.
Yeah, and it's like, oh fuck, I gotta fucking race this guy. But then like I said, there's like no set path to get to the checkpoint. You could just fucking like if you have a monster truck type fucking car or whatever that could just go over all the rocks and shit, then fucking drive over the mountain, dude, to get there. You know, like you can just go through the lake or just drive through the water. It doesn't fucking matter, you know. So it's really cool how they did that battle royale. It's a lot of fun actually.
Yeah,
and then if you lose, you get right into it again. Like you just want to get back into another one, and then you just get into another one.
I haven't had fun when they did their little showcase events. Not the showcase, but the online ones when you played with a group, and it was like you have to do so much collectively. You know, you like as a group, you got to do so many like points.
Everyone has to jump off of a cliff or something.
So far, and everybody just kind of looping around. They're jumping off, coming down, running back around. You know, seeing how much airtime you get as a team or something. No, that was kind of fun. They had like drifting ones and stuff like that, and it was just kind of a neat way of spicing things up in that game. And that game is just really good. I don't know. I think it's probably still my favorite racing game out there. Like I like more of the arcade style racing. You know, I used to love sim games. I was a big Gran Turismo fan back when Turismo first came out. You know, it had all the cars and you could tune them and all that stuff and put the body kits on them, and everybody thought that game was so great. I remember falling asleep playing that game. I'd be racing on the endurance lap and there's like 200 laps or something like that on like an oval track, like a Daytona track, and I would wake up and I'm like just against the wall, sitting in one spot.
Driving against the wall.
Yeah, I'm like, well, oh, damn it. I wasted that hour and a half I've been playing. You know, it was like a 2-hour race or something.
I remember doing that when I was a kid, younger, on Road Rage. I was playing that game all night and I fell asleep and woke up and I was just driving against the wall.
Yeah, good times.
Good times.
That's pretty much all I've been playing.
All right. Well, if you guys have anything else left, it's news time. Let's get into some news, gentlemen. About some video game news here, huh? Let's get into some Hitman 3 news. It says here, PC players will have to rebuy Hitman 2 levels to bring them over to Hitman 3. It says here, players who own Hitman 2 on Steam cannot seamlessly import locations from it in Hitman 1. So, as we said before, this game, Hitman 3, has been exclusive to Epic. Now, the exclusivity, I don't know. It says here it's going to be exclusive for 1 year. So, it's a year exclusive. So I'm wondering, I'm pretty sure that once the exclusivity ends and it's available on Steam, then this won't even matter. But apparently here it says that if you it says here, Hitman 2 remains unavailable on the Epic Game Store, where Hitman 3 will be offered exclusively for the year following its launch on January 20th. And that game is only available on Steam. Says here, due to the various circumstances out of our control, says IO, it is impossible for the PC owners of both games to link them up and bring their locations into Hitman 3 as intended. But IO Interactive has offered a workaround, sort of, for the 2 weeks following Hitman 3's launch. Says the first workaround is, the Hitman 1 Game of the Year Access Pass will be available for free for anyone who owns Hitman 3 on the Epic Game Store. Says here that this pass will be made available for the first 10 days after launch for the people who buy or pre-order Hitman 3. So that's cool. Says here next, owners of Hitman on the Epic Game Store, including those who picked the game up for free when it was available back in August, will get a free Hitman 1 Game of the Year Access Pass upon buying Hitman 3. Says here then, Hitman 2 Standard and Gold Access Passes will be offered at 80% off for the first 14 days after Hitman 3's launches on the Epic Game Store and will continue to be discounted regularly. IO Interactive has yet to price the Access Passes, which will deliver Hitman and Hitman 2's content into the third game. Since you're back in August, when IO announced at the time exclusive to Epic Game Store for Hitman 3, the studio said that PC players would be able to import locations from the previous 2 games into Hitman 3 on the Epic Game Store. Since that ended up being true on all platforms, but the import is free on consoles and it costs money on the PC. Says here, because players must import their levels from Hitman 1 into Hitman 2 first on the PS4 and Xbox One, Hitman 3 will auto-detect whether that user already owns either preceding game on that platform and then allow them to download their levels from Hitman 3's in-game store. Because Hitman 2 is not on Epic Game Store, that process does not work for PC players. It says here, as for carrying your progress from Hitman 1 and Hitman 2, that is accomplished through an IO interactive website and is not affected by Hitman's 2 unavailability on the Epic Game Store. And it says here, on Reset Era, upset customers and fans says that they would either file for refunds and or wait for a year until Hitman 3 launches on Steam. So it says here, I just been weighing up whether or not to bite the bullet to buy it on Epic. And some people say, I guess I will actually be waiting until it hits the Steam next year. It's a shame because it really looked good, but I'm not rebuying all the stuff I already own. So, I mean, that is kind of shitty, but they are kind of trying to help, I guess.
So I haven't looked a whole lot into this. So there's going to be some levels from the old games that you can be able to play? Is that what?
Yeah, so remember how we talked about last week how like if you bought this game, you get the levels from Hitman 1 and Hitman 2 remastered or whatever.
Right.
So that's exactly what they're doing with this game. If you buy this, say if you have it on the Xbox and you bought Hitman 1 and 2 in the past on your Xbox account, then if you buy this game on your Xbox, then you're going to get all the remastered levels. Like they're all going to be redone in the engine that this game is in, like the higher graphics and all that bullshit, and they're all going to be brought forward and you can play those levels in this game. Same applies to the PC, but the problem with the PC is that this game is only available on Epic, and therefore Hitman 2 is not available on Epic at all. That's only available on Steam. So if you have Hitman 1 on the Epic Store, then yes, that's going to bring Hitman 1 levels over, but not your Hitman 2 levels over. So you're going to have to rebuy that again. You know what I mean? Or wait till it comes out on Steam next year to buy it on Steam and then just import it because it's all across from Steam or whatever. It doesn't matter. So personally,
sounds like they just pick up the free 10-day offer that they're given.
Yeah, which is
pass or whatever you want to call it.
That is the first game, so that's the Hitman 1 Game of the Year Access Pass.
So I would say that's probably the first thing I do, maybe in my mind, is trying to make a mental note is if you get this game or pre-order it, when you go to install it or play it, grab that pass when it's available because it's only going to be 10 days.
So being somebody who's never bought any of the Hitman games, would I have to buy anything else other than the new Hitman?
Yes, so you have to buy these access passes.
Okay.
And like Mayo said, the first access pass for Hitman 1 Game of the Year edition, that one is available for free 10 days after this game releases. So it's going to be available to the 30th.
Get the pass when you buy the game.
Yeah, so buy the game and get the pass. If you get, so remember, within the first 10 days they'll only. After that they're going to charge you for it. So you got to do it before the 30th if you buy this game on or after the 30th or on release date or pre-order it or whatever.
Okay.
It's only free until the 30th if you buy the game.
So like there's a little motivation to actually buy the game though too.
Kind of. And then as far as Hitman says here, the next one, Hitman 2 standard and gold access passes, they're going to be 80% off after the launch of Hitman 3. So for the first 14 days, they'll be 80% off, so you can buy the Hitman 2 access pass, which is where you need to access those levels.
Now, if you own the old content, you get that for free though?
Yes, if you already own it on. But the thing is,
I got an email.
Epic really doesn't have that much old
Well, I
content.
wonder if I bought them on GOG, because I got an email from Galaxy of Games or whatever that one is from the other day, offering me all the Hitmans for like under $10.
Is it going to be available on GOG, I wonder?
That's what I'm kind of wondering. If I buy all the old Hitmans on GOG, would it transfer over then to the Epic version? Probably not, eh?
That's what I don't think that's. Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
Sounds like we're probably gonna need to get them all on Epic, basically.
Yeah,
feed Sweeney some money over there so we can buy another forest.
We gotta build this Fortnite forest.
Yeah, that sucks. I mean, but that's what happens when you have exclusive shit, and you can wait a year to get it on Steam or whatever. I don't know.
That's probably gonna fire up some of the community. Cause I remember when Epic, first started doing all this stuff. They're like, "Oh, I want all my games in one place. I have all the first 3 games over here, and the 4th one's coming out to Epic. Now my game library is split up, and this really is gonna irritate them because now it's gonna affect their game because it's their library is split up, So
probably why they gave us a great game like Star Wars this week. They're like, oh, we'll just soften the blow a little bit here with this good game.
Right.
Star Wars Battlefront 2 giveaway has made EA servers crash. That's right. You can currently get Star Wars Battlefront 2 for free via the Epic Games Store. However, you might have a rough time actually playing Battlefront 2. It says here that earlier servers were just overloaded with players and that players kept getting error codes. So apparently, according to EA, they have fired up more servers to allow more capacity to have more people to play. That's kind of cool, I guess.
So I think of what is it like? Was it you that would say this? Like when Call of Duty comes out on Christmas, you're like fresh meat kind of thing. So people are probably playing now, going, "Oh, fresh meat." There's probably always low level people playing.
Oh, I'm sure the old vets are in there just loving it. They're like racking up the kills.
Yeah, I remember when we were playing Jesus, there was a guy who was like, his rank was like 111th.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
Jesus over there number like 8, and I was like number like 30, 38 or something like that.
Yeah.
This guy had like a gold badge beside his name, and he was like number 111.
That's kind of wild.
He was probably like, "This is so much fun.
This is the best thing ever." But yeah. Let's move on here to more news. A UK Pokemon Go player has been busted after driving 14 miles during the lockdown. As you may or may not be aware, Britain is currently in its 3rd lockdown. This is due to the nation's inability to keep the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic under even the most rudimentary control. Despite the climbing numbers and efforts from authorities to keep Brits indoors, rules are being frequently broken by said authorities and the public alike. Example, an unnamed Bedworth-based man was stopped by Warwickshire police after traveling 14 miles down the M6 motorway to the town of Kenilworth. The reason? He was tracking critters in Niantic's mobile title, Pokemon Go. According to a report by the BBC, the man was fined £200 for the infraction, which contravened the requirement to not leave or be outside the place they live without a reasonable excuse.
I can just hear that conversation now. Like, but officer, I'm playing Pokemon. Like, I gotta catch them.
Gotta catch them all.
That's crazy. I didn't even think about that. That's true, right? Like, you have to go out there and walk around and shit.
So I guess they're saying Pokemon Go probably is not real big right now in the UK.
Probably not. Probably Niantic is pissed off because they're like, fuck, no one's playing our shit no more.
Our game is designed for people to go outside.
Oh. So, but don't get arrested or fined like this guy did. Pay £200 to fucking play Pokemon. That's an expensive microtransaction.
Yeah.
It says here, postal worker sentenced for stealing consoles from the U.S. mail. It says here, federal prosecutors announced Wednesday that a U.S. Postal Service supervisor had now been sentenced in a case involving consoles stolen from the mail during the spring. Says here, Soheb A. Diora, who's 34 years old from Derby, Connecticut, was fined $20,000 and sentenced to 3 years probation. The first 9 months of which he must served in home confinement. So he has 9 months of house arrest. That's shitty. He pleaded guilty in October to theft between February and April of 2020 of numerous packages, including some that contained PlayStation and Nintendo gaming devices, as well as an Apple iPhone and a computer. Sister Dura also stole packages containing shoes and clothing, and after an investigation by the Postal Service Inspector General, Dura was charged and pleaded guilty on October 21st to embezzlement of mail by a Postal Service employee, and he has obviously resigned from the Postal Service since then.
So he has all this house arrest time, so now he can play the new PlayStation he just stole for the next couple months. And he was fined $20,000. So the other PlayStations he sold, he's probably going to sell 2 of them and get his $20,000 back. And then...
No, but this was actually before the PS5, man. Before.
Right.
So it says here that obviously this was before the PS5, and so that sucks. That sucks.
Oh, he's got enough time to play his games now, for sure.
Apparently, this guy who ordered from Amazon said that his PlayStation 5 got stolen because instead of the PS5, he got a George Foreman grill. When his package came, there was a George Foreman grill inside the box instead of a PS5.
One of the it's kind of like the opposite of that, but one of the streamers my son watches, he does like in real life recordings, and he's kind of like out disrupting public and stuff like that. And he does all this recording, and while he's recording, the people are yelling. They're like, "Hey, turn off the camera! You don't have permission to record me." Yeah. And he's always like, "It's not a camera; it's a PS4." And they're like, "Really?" And they're like, "Yeah, that's our PS4." And some people would just dismiss it. They're like, "Okay, well, get it out of here." And then but that's his running joke. He calls our camera a PS4. So this guy, his PS5, he can just call it a George Foreman grill, I guess, because. But yeah, that would be my luck. I would finally get my hands on a PS5, and then it'd come in the mail, and it would be like a George Foreman grill. Right?
I read one that somebody got cat litter instead of PS5.
Yeah, that's a good trade-off.
Stuff. Moving on to more news, EA will continue to make Star Wars games, Mayo. I know you're really excited to hear that.
Oh, well, look at Battlefront. Battlefront's so good.
This year, they have multiple projects in development at the moment. Yeah, after the announcement of Lucasfilms Games, the official new label for all games titles from Lucasfilms, and the reveal that Ubisoft will be making an open-world Star Wars game, the question or not whether EA will continue to make games based on the license has cropped up. Now there's official confirmation that EA will continue to make Star Wars games with multiple projects in development at the moment. So... there you go, guys. If you guys,
I think EA actually does a pretty good job on the Star Wars games. I really enjoyed Fallen Order, and I'm enjoying Battlefront, and Rogue Squadrons is just a hit as well. So
I want to play Fallen Order again. That game was dope. I should play it again, huh?
I should play it on my OLED. It's funny because that's actually one of the games I bought when I bought my Series or my Xbox One X, and it's funny. All the games that I actually bought for the Xbox has gone free to Game Pass. It was just irony.
I've stopped buying games on Xbox for that reason.
I mean, I don't own very many, but I remember when I bought that Xbox One X, it came bundled with the NBA 2K at the time, and that wasn't the bundle I wanted, but it was the only Xbox I could find, so I got that bundle. So, but my son liked it. Like, okay, I got NBA 2K 20 or 21, whatever it was, and then Jedi Fallen Order. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna play this on the Xbox. Give me something to play because it's not a shooter really, so I can play around with that third person view, and I wouldn't mind that on the Xbox so much. So I bought that for my Xbox. What happens? It goes free to play. NBA 2K free to play, and then a couple of the other games are on Game Pass that either I own early on or whatever from just before and so.
Same thing's been happening with me on the PC with Epic Store. I buy a game, and then 2 weeks later, it's been free on the Epic Store.
They give it away, right?
Or not free, but like super discounted, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Man, I just like $50 for this $9 game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of like me buying 7 Days to Die twice at full price when it was on sale like 2 days before that.
Well, I'm sure the developers love you for that now.
We're supporting
who
them.
is this guy?
They're getting the horrible gamers bump over there. They're making some money off of us.
Yeah. 2 more news. Throw on 2 more news here. Let's see if this article ever loads up here. It's not loading. Well, I guess I'll skip this article. Go on to the next one. Since this one's not loading, we'll move on to the next one. Yeah.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah. Says here. Oh, no, I got it here. Steam achieved 120 million monthly active users in 2020, more than PlayStation or Xbox Live. Come on, guys! You guys are
yeah. I mean,
shocking.
It is to me. Actually, it is kind of shocking because I feel like your majority of your players are PlayStation and Xbox players. Being a PC guy forever, I feel like you're because it's just more casual to be on an Xbox or a PlayStation in your living room and your TV, and there's more kids, and this and that. I feel like on Xbox and PlayStation the numbers should be higher than they are on Steam. I don't know. Like I threw this article in here just because I thought it was kind of interesting. I don't know if that's because I almost feel like there's quite a trend in people going to PC now. It seems to be growing quite a bit, but I think this younger generation is really kind of embracing the PC a lot more than before, and so I think the growth is there, and I think that's also because all these streamers, all these streamers have nice PCs and they're playing these games like Rust and that on there, and they want to be like them. They see these players playing Fortnite and they want to play it with max frames, and be like them. So I think it really pushes the PC sales on top of the game sales.
No joke. Like, yeah, you're right. You're completely right. My kid, like she knows how to use the PC to PC game. Like she understands it. You know what I mean? It's something that like, I don't know. Like you're right. Like I think she sees people on YouTube or Twitch or whatever streaming, and she notices that they're playing on PC, and that really drives people to want the PC. Like that's just what it is. You know what I mean? Like.
I think I remember you saying that one time. Maybe it was like off air or something like that. You said your daughter's seen your PC one time, and you're like, she was like, "What is that?" And like that's my gaming PC, and you're like. She was blown away. Like she's like, "Oh, really?"
Yeah.
Well, and you try to go buy parts right now. There's nothing in the stores for parts. So I think this just PC gaming is just in general is blowing up all around.
Yeah.
And then VR and everything as well. When you start mixing that in.
Yeah. And I also think that, there's no PC parts because of the pandemic as well. Like that really has put a damper in the PC world.
Yeah, but I mean, still, the lineups outside of the stores when you go to get parts, it shows that everybody's wanting to go to PC.
Yeah, I wonder if like the sales of like iBuyPower and all these pre-built places, because that's probably the easy way to do it, if they've gone up or not.
I know a lot of people that buy the iBuyPowers and shit, and they spend a lot of money on those computers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, more than they need to.
A lot more, but it is what it is, Yeah.
Well, it's the convenience, right? You don't have to. You have to learn to put it together.
Right. I thought about
it just shows up.
Yeah.
I thought about building an extra one and maybe selling it afterwards, just to build one, and then maybe throwing it up for sale. But kind of hesitant. Sometimes I'm like, well, what if I don't sell it, or this or that, So then I'm stuck with a second PC, and I could have 2 PCs here at my place, but
I have a friend that does that just for a hobby, and he's been selling a lot of PCs lately.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of slow to do it. Like I don't want to get stuck with building, like a $1,500 PC, and then cause I know it's a lot of money for somebody to invest in like a gaming PC. So and then to try to sell it, maybe, might not sell it, and then it's gonna be sitting there, and I'm like, okay, well now I have two PCs in here, and I guess my son could come over and play when he's here. We could have 2 of them going, but
sure he wouldn't mind.
But yeah, let's talk about some stats here. Give some stats for you guys. According to 2020, there was 120 million monthly active users that were using Steam. Daily active players was 62.6 million, and the peak concurrent players was 24.8 million. New purchases on Steam went up by 21.4%, and that went up to over 2.5 million purchases or purchasers per month. And it says here there was obviously 21.4% more games purchased than in 2019, and there was over 50% more hours played compared to 2019. So there's that. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, because the pandemic and more people are at home, more people are playing, but that would I would think would raise the Xbox and PlayStation numbers. Like I was saying before, over Steam. Because that's the more casual.
Yeah.
For sure, you'd think it would be the common denominator there.
It says sure that over 1.7 million new Steam VR users were logged in last year. So that's new players over 2019. 1.7 million new players using VR headsets. So that's actually resulted in 71% more revenue for VR games. And also VR playtime has increased by 30% for VR users. So there's that. Mm-hmm.
Not
surprising. Says here, Steam has outlined plans for 2019 as Steam continues to grow and dominate for the PC platform. They're looking to improve in 2021. For those of you that live in China, Steam will begin an official release during this year. Linux users should also be looking forward to the more compatibility and performance improvements. And here's a rundown, guys. I got the stats, guys.
Oh, we got the stats.
It says here, Steam China. That's the first bullet point I have here. It says here, together with our partner, Perfect World, the team has been hard at work, and we're really close to launching this program to bring Steam onshore into China in early 2021. User experience improvements. We're looking at filing down the rough edges that most users encounter when interacting with Steam. Basically, we want to make it as easy as possible to buy, install, and play games. Also, Steam Login. We still plan on refreshing the Steam mobile app and making it easier for users to log in and keep their accounts secure. Also, Steam Points Program. Says here, we're brainstorming more ways to reward users, including folks who aren't especially interested in Steam community features. Also, Linux, we're continuing to invest in technology that improves game compatibility and performance through Steam Play. And we're also putting together new ways for prospective users to get into Linux gaming and experience these improvements. And Steam Labs, along with iterating on existing experiments such as 010, Browse, and 012. What the fuck is all this shit? Exploring sales. We're exploring new ways for players to browse the catalog in the coming year. Dun, dun, dun.
I have so many Steam points that I don't even know what to do with them anymore.
You're going to give you free games, man.
That would be nice. I can't remember what... I think I have I think the other day I was looking at... I can't remember where it's at now.
1 million Steam points?
No, not that many, but... Because you don't get a whole lot when you make a purchase, but when I'm buying the same game 3 or 4 times for people, it kind of adds up pretty quick. Oh, there it is, the point shop. So I am sitting on 42,000 points. And so you can buy custom stuff for 2,000 and 3,000 points. So I'm sitting on 42,000. So
yeah, I'm trying to find it here.
Yeah, you gotta click on store and then
Steam Point Store. Here we go.
Yeah, go to point shop.
I got 50,000 points.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Ooh.
Oh, there's some 7-day stuff I can buy here though too. Cool.
Oh. Yeah. Also, so on to more news here. The U.S. Environmental Organization warns against Xbox Series X and PS5 energy consumption.
Uh-oh.
It says here that the PS5 and the Xbox Series X each draw 160 to 200 watts plus of electricity when used, which is higher than their predecessors and more power than a 60-inch TV, Lahey. More power than a 60-inch TV!
Oh, no.
God, how dare you, Xbox and PlayStation.
They would probably hate people like us because I have the 65-inch TV. I have this PC running all the time. I have my son's
All day
PC running
long.
all the time. I have my PlayStation or my Xbox over here, my Switch over here.
Damn. It says here, according to the U.S. Natural Resources Defense Council, an environmental nonprofit organization that measures energy consumed by next-gen consoles, and today published a lengthy report on the topic. The report recognized the platform holders' efforts to reduce power consumption when the consoles are in rest mode. They only draw about 1 watt or lower when that's the case. But they also highlighted the impact of features such as the Xbox's Instant On mode, which is enabled by default when the console ships. It says here, based on modeling NRDC performed through 2025, this one seemingly inconsequential decision by Microsoft could result in the equivalent of one large 500 megawatt coal burning power plant's worth of annual electricity generation and cost new U.S. Xbox owners roughly $1 billion on their electricity bills. Lahey, how dare you? How fucking dare you?
All Lahey's fault. He's got that new Xbox over there.
God damn you. $1 billion you're going to pay for electricity.
Well, what can I say? I enjoy it.
It says here, given that there is very minimal user benefit from Instant On, it is surprising that Microsoft, which publicly announced that by 2030 Microsoft will be carbon negative and launched an initiative around the world to help their suppliers and customers reduce their carbon footprints, they do not ship their consoles with the energy savings option enabled by default. And perhaps they should just remove the Instant On choice during the initial setup. Such a change could happen almost overnight with just a few lines of new code, is what they said. Oh my God. Oh my God, Mayo. How dare you?
I don't want to wait an extra minute for my
I feel
Xbox to
ashamed.
turn on.
How dare you? Says here the report also pointed out the high power consumption of streaming TV shows or films on the consoles, particularly when switching from playing a game to streaming a show. Why would anyone do this? Why? Why would you? How dare
because
you?
Because a pandemic, we're all stuck inside.
Why would you?
TV.
Why would you ever think about switching from a game to streaming, Lahey? Why would you do that? God damn it, you.
I just get bored sometimes. What can I say?
You're killing the fucking earth just by doing that, you motherfucker, you. How dare you?
Yes,
Says
also
here.
Just think of the people that turn on something to have it on the background. They're probably streaming a show just to have noise in the background.
To have noise. Yeah, bro, I have my 60-inch TV on my Xbox Series X, and I'm streaming fucking movies.
While I'm in the kitchen making supper, I just want the noise and be able to hear it. Running the microwave and the oven.
Yeah, why not? It's all on electric stove.
Oh, and don't forget you're on your Switch too, right? In between.
Oh yeah, you're playing between cooking. Your Switch.
Oh my God! It says here this may save a few seconds, but the consoles will drop between 30 and 70 watts of power, about 10 to 25 times more power than a streaming device like an Apple TV, a Roku box, or an Amazon Fire Stick, Mayo, to watch the same show. How fucking dare you?
Amazon paid somebody to write this article.
It says here, we have repeatedly urged Sony and Microsoft to include a dedicated low power chip for video playback in their consoles. And this request is even more important today, given the potential for long hours of binge watching via your consoles.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that. 10-hour binge watch sessions.
My God. How dare you guys?
Well, that makes me wonder how much my smart TV uses.
Probably less than whatever your Xbox is using, killing the Earth.
Probably.
Xbox Series Earth Killer.
That's the name they should name it.
That's a better name.
Some reverse psychology there, like the Earth Killer.
The Earth Killer. Brought to you by the darkness.
Shit, moving on to more news real quick. Let's talk about some other news. More news real quick. You know, that's for you people that are not Earth conscious out there, killing the fucking planet with your Xboxes and your PlayStations. If you have a PS5, speaking of the PS5, there are now DualSense controller faceplates on sale from a third party called Decor Evolve. They come in a total of 10 colors. The cost of these faceplates works out to about $9.99, and there are 10 different colors available, Mayo. You can buy a gold, a rose gold, silver, light blue, steel gray, orange, midnight blue, purple, blue, and red. Reported by VGC, these faceplates are being sold online and are actually very easy to install, as a front plate of the DualSense can snap right off and back on again. So, says here, who knows how long these faceplates will be on sale for, but you can buy them right now, guys. Go and buy yourself some customized color faceplates for your DualSense.
Until Sony shuts them down. Because didn't they have the custom side panels of the PlayStation 5? And they got shut down.
Yeah, I think I read something about that.
Like you could buy custom colors, and Sony's making other colors eventually. And so Sony's probably going, we can't have that. We can't have.
Oh yeah, they need the colors for their special editions.
Right.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
So yeah, they might not want a red controller yet. They need their Spider-Man edition, Jesus.
So, move on to more news here. Like it or not, there's no denying how big of a franchise Call of Duty is when it comes to overall units sold and how much the franchise has embedded itself into gamers' lives. Case in point, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War topped all the games to be the best-selling game of December, and it is the best-selling game of 2020.
Beat Cyberpunk.
Beat everything.
It always does, though, I think, doesn't it? Like,
yeah.
It is.
But it says here, if this is not impressive enough for you, Mayo,
okay.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the previous title of the game, managed to hit the number 2 spot in overall sales for 2020 as well. So they got the first spot with Call of Duty Cold War, and they got the second spot with fucking Modern Warfare.
Yeah, I guess they technically both came out this year, didn't they? Like technically, because I know technically Warzone was considered coming out at the beginning of the year.
Kind of just feels like all one big game, though.
Yeah. That's kind of crazy, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Also,
they're great games, so they are.
According to the NPD Group, the Call of Duty franchise has been the best-selling video game franchise in the United States for the last 12 years straight. 12 years straight.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. But the only thing I could think would give them a run for their money would be maybe Assassin's Creed.
But even
12
then, like,
years.
Yeah, I mean, Assassin's Creed doesn't come out every year. So, like, Call of Duty has that.
True.
They rotate their developers out, so they're always coming out with one every year.
Yeah.
And so
That's true.
They can always push one every year.
That is crazy. 12 years in a row, and you have the best-selling video game franchise in the world, or in the U.S. That is nuts.
That is.
That is so much money. Just in Call of Duty alone, like, not to mention, they owned World of Warcraft and all those. They own fucking Blizzard and shit too, like, they're making all the money off of that too, but then you're making all the money off of Call of Duty on top of that? Like, fuck. And then doesn't fucking Activision own, what's that fucking assholes that make Candy Crush? What was it? King something developer. I'm pretty sure they own Candy Crush Maker as well, like the Candy Crush Saga game. And we all know that's like one of the top fucking microtransaction mobile games in the world also. So that's fucking nuts.
King Games.
Yeah, they own them, I'm pretty sure.
King Games owned by Activision.
So that's fucking nuts, man. That's kind of crazy. I didn't know. I thought Call of Duty wasn't the most popular, but I didn't know it was that popular, guys. Come on. That popular.
About Activision, Activision Blizzard. Yeah, they own.
Too. When I looked up Activision, on their wiki, like, Activision's been around since the 2600. So like they've been in the game industry for that long. Like how many other companies have been around that long? Like even like Capcom and them, they've been around forever, but they haven't been around since the Atari days. They were later.
That's an old company right there. Lots of money.
Yeah, now I'm kind of curious to see what other companies are still around since the Atari days. I can't think of much off the top of my head.
Yeah. EA, I think. EA was around there, wasn't it?
Yeah, maybe. Like I can't remember if they were the ones that made ET or not, or had something to do with ET.
I know EA's been around for a long time, for sure.
Yeah. EA's been around forever. EA. Let's look them up real quick. Says here they were founded in May 27th of 1982.
Yeah, so right around that Atari era.
Yeah. EA is huge, man. If you look at EA and how much shit they just own, they're just as big as Activision. You know, they're probably not as big, but they own a lot of shit. EA publishes so many games every year, like it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, they get a lot of hate for a reason. It's because they're out there a lot.
So it looks like Bandai Namco is the first one. They had Pac-Man in 80.
Oh, they're still around, right?
Yeah. And then Nintendo was third.
Really?
First is the franchise is Oregon Trail, and the publisher is MECC, whoever that is, Minnesota Educational Company. And it was 46 years ago, but I guess it's still going. Oh yeah, because they made a handheld Oregon Trail March 2nd, 2018 was their latest release. So,
I guess they keep remaking that, right?
Yeah, the first one was made in 1971, and then this new one made in 2018.
Fuck.
And
that's kind of crazy.
Then I said Pac-Man was second. It's been out for that company's been around for 40 years and 3 months. Then Mario and
crazy to think about the road of gaming. I remember gaming on a green screen computer.
Konami's up there too. That's another one that's in that group.
Yeah, but Mayo, the oldest video game company is Nintendo. They've been around.
Yeah, they started as a card company, playing cards.
Yeah, they've been around since 1889.
Yeah,
so they've been around for 130 years.
Yeah, if you technically, consider them when they were a card company before they were making video games and all that stuff. I think that was even like generations. It was like the person that did the card company was the son of somebody else that had the Nintendo name, and they used their distribution ability to start making video games and sending them to the U.S., the arcade cabinets, and they started to grow, and they kept at it, fighting Atari.
I mean, I can think of a lot of people that had Nintendos growing up.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Nintendo is like the one thing that everyone knows Nintendo, right? Like if you mention Nintendo, people know what the fuck you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Even people who don't know video.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
People that don't know them.
It was funny because I actually went to the Ohio State played for the national championship last weekend, and I actually had a Nintendo Mario Kart shirt on. But I had under like a sweatshirt and you couldn't see it. And this one lady that was down there watching the game, she was like an older lady, and she knows I do the podcast, and she mentioned about video games. She's like, yeah, Mario and Mario Kart, I love that stuff. And you could just tell she knows nothing about video games. And it was ironic that I had a Mario Kart shirt on underneath. I was going, it's kind of funny.
Well, that's what I was getting the people that don't play video games to play video games.
Yeah,
that's what they're good at, and it says here that Nintendo has done other businesses as well as video games. They at one point sold ramen noodles. They tried to make a taxi service in Japan because they were like the most popular company in Japan because of their playing cards. So they sold ramen noodles. They tried to make a taxi service that didn't pan out for them, and they also tried to make love hotels.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna call it a brothel, but yeah, pretty much they had these hotels in Japan before the playing card stuff.
some shit, dude. That's some fucking...
company history right there.
Yeah, right. Like now you're making family-friendly video games.
Yeah, that's like taking a hard turn. Even I've been reading the book, the Console Wars book. It talks about the war between Sega and Nintendo, and they hit on the history. They hit on the history of Nintendo, and that they even then with the playing cards, they were kind of illegal over there in Japan. Like they were not liked. Like they were outlawed. Like the American, version of the playing cards weren't allowed over there, and they were selling them kind of like on the side, and they were sold in like little corner street shops, and that's kind of where they were starting, and then they ended up making one, and then Japan like supported it, and they distributed them to casinos is where they figured out they could start making their money because casinos were buying new decks of cards all the time, so that's how they were getting their like continually selling cards, and then they continued to grow, and then like I said, then I think it was like a grandson of that owner, he inherited the company, and he just took a completely left turn and started making video games and using their ability to distribute to send video games out, and there we are.
Another empire.
It says here that their Love Hotels did pretty well, but one of their founders didn't want to keep following that business, so he shut it down. And then at some point they also made instant rice. That was right before their video games in the 60s. That was their last venture, was a instant rice company.
You gotta respect the hustle.
So wild.
I think you can even buy the Nintendo playing cards online. I'm not sure how cheap they are, but
I don't know. I wonder, how much they cost. That's fucking crazy, right? Fucking Nintendo, man. They've been around forever. Yeah. Fucking brothels, taxi service, fucking ramen noodles. Man, Nintendo's wild. But that's all I really have about news. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see anything. I was trying to see if I could find something. They have like remake ones and stuff like that, but nothing without digging too much.
Oh, also the CEO of CD Projekt Red has responded to a report about fake E3 demos. This is the rumor that came up that said that if you guys remember the E3 demo we saw back a few years ago at E3, the one with that mission, the first level, yeah. People were saying that that's fake. Like, there's no way that was playable back then or whatever. Like this was fake. So they responded and said, the CEO said, it's hard for a trade show game demo not to be a test vision or vertical slice 2 years before the game ships. But that does not mean it is fake. Compare the demo with the game. Look at the dum-dum scene or the car chase or many other things. What the people reading your article may not know is that games are not made in a linear fashion, and they start looking like the final product only a few months before they launch. If you look at that demo now, it is different, yes, but that's what the work in progress watermark is for. Our final game looks and plays way better than what that demo ever was. As for the missing features, that's part of the creation process. Features come and go as we see if they work or not. Also, car ambushes exist in the final game almost verbatim to what we showed in the demo. And it says here, and if we get a bit more granular about our release, the vision we presented in this demo evolved into something that got multiple 9 out of 10s and 10 out of 10s on PC from many renowned gaming outlets in the world. As for the old generation consoles, yes, that is another case, but we've owned up to that, and we are working super hard to eliminate the bugs on the PC too. And we know that it's not a perfect vision either, or a perfect version either. And we're proud of Cyberpunk 2077 as a game and artistic vision, and that it all is not what I'd call disastrous. It says here, most of the staff knew and openly said it would be ready for release in 2020. It says here, you've talked with 20 people, some being ex-employees of ours, only one of whom is not anonymous. I wouldn't call that most of over the 500 people staff openly said what you claim. So he's talking about responding about like the staff claiming that the management wouldn't follow the vision, they didn't listen to us, blah blah blah. So he's responding to that, saying that the Kotaku and all these websites have only talked to about 20 people out of 500 people that work for them or whatever, and only one of them was not anonymous. It says here, a few non-Polish staffers share stories about co-workers using Polish in front of them, which violated company rules, made them feel ostracized, they said, where their co-workers talking shit about them. It says here, quote, everyone here speaks English during meetings. Every company-wide email and announcement is in English. All that is mandatory. Rule of thumb is to switch to English when there is a person not speaking a given language in a casual conversation. It is, however, pretty normal for Germans speaking German, Poles speaking Polish, Spaniards speaking Spanish, etc. He says, there are 44 nationalities at our studio. You get the point. When there's no one else around, we are working in a multicultural environment. If the question is, if it's hard to move to another country, sometimes culture and work and live there, then the answer is yes. But that's universal to every company all over the entire world. And we're doing what we can to ease that transition. So that's his response to that. And it says here, when people said that fans and journalists were wowed by Cyberpunk 2077's ambitions and scale, what they didn't know was the demo was almost entirely fake. So, like that was the response to the first one. And so like this guy is actually responding to these I think he's responding to Jason Schreier, who wrote an article saying that they didn't do the right thing, or they lied or whatever. They showed the fake demo and all that. And I'm kind of with the CEO. He's right. I mean, I work in an environment where there's a lot of people that are from different cultures that work around me. And yeah, there's times where there's a guy that speaks Spanish and I speak Spanish, and I'm speaking to him in Spanish, we're talking about home life or whatever. Hey, how was your weekend or whatever, like that's kind of normal, it happens almost in every workplace.
Yeah, so that happens in my workplace, and we have a lot of people that come from Africa, and actually they tell us like the people we work with from Africa, they're like, even some of them speak different languages, so their languages are different in Africa depending on where they're at, and so like sometimes they're even their own unique languages. So like some one group can be talking to one, and then the other one not even know what they're saying, so. We have that at my work, and it's just part of the environment.
Yeah, I agree. And as far as the demo itself, he's right. I mean, I'm sure that what they showed was probably what they had playable at the time, and I don't think that it was them trying to lie to us. Think about every demo we've seen from like every game at E3. What people don't realize is that these games are not running on consoles at all. They're all running on PC that's similar to the console. Like even last year when we saw, what was that game that we saw? Was it Halo? Wasn't it Halo Infinite or something?
Halo Infinite, yeah.
But they kept saying that, it's running on an Xbox Series X or whatever. Like, bullshit it is, dude. You're running that shit on a PC that's similar specs to the Series X. That as close as you can get to it, you know what I mean? Like, we know you're not running that shit on a console, dude. Like, like any of these games are not running on a console. They're just not. I don't know why people are always mad about that. Like, it's just, that's just
unless it actually says like actual footage on Xbox X or something. Yeah, you're right. It's on PC.
Maybe you have to try to show any kind of preview. If you're going to show something that comes out 2 years down the road, you can't expect modern day hardware to be able to show it that well.
Well, and it's not like they
have advanced stuff, right?
They're working on PCs to develop these games.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and as far as, what else did they say? What else did they say on fucking shit? You talked about, like them talking to 20 people out of the 500 people that work for them. I could believe that, because you think about how many sources do these people really have? Like, how many people can you actually get to talk to you, when they're working for such a big company,
And a company of 500, there's going to be at least 20 disgruntled people.
That's
or people that
4%, Jesus.
Yeah, or like people that have been fired or let go, or their contract was up, and so they're like, "Hey, we don't need you anymore. You were the guy working on this, and where the game is done, we don't fucking need you anymore. So you're done." And they might be pissed off, because like, well, fuck you, I wanted to work here longer or whatever,
Yeah.
So
you don't hear about the people that are the other 480 that like their job.
Yeah, so like. Yeah, that's some other thing too that we got to consider, and like we always hear this also about like Rockstar. Rockstar always is another company that like they keep their shit under wraps, right? Like their games, like sometimes they leak, but it's really rare that they do, and they do a really good job of keeping shit under wraps, And then like all of a sudden, next thing you know, there's a trailer for the next GTA or something, and those guys. There's always people that always, like, articles always come out, like, oh, the crunch is so terrible. Oh, we couldn't sleep. We had to sleep at work, Mayo. Oh, no. It's like, shut up, dude. Like, just shut the fuck up.
Everybody has crunch in their lives.
Exactly. Like, that's one thing that pisses me off. Like these people writing these fucking articles act like they don't have crunch.
Right.
Like you guys act like you writing these fucking articles like you guys never had crunch. Like your fucking editor or whatever never said, "Hey, motherfucker, you got like 2 hours to get that done."
Well, just like
10 articles by next week. Let's go.
This article he wrote, if he waited 2 weeks to write this article, it might be irrelevant. Like
exactly
the situation might have rolled past. So he's probably got some crunch. He probably has a deadline. Say, I have a couple of days to get this article out here before it rolls over, so.
Everybody has crunch in their lives. I don't care who you are.
Exactly. It could be any job, dude. You know what I mean?
You could be a kid in school and have crunch in your life because you got homework to do and you got to get this done and that done. I mean, it's just kind of part of life.
Exactly. You got chores. You got things to do. You got, fucking got to go to basketball practice or whatever. You got shit to do,
Yeah, I mean, you could not be working and be a millionaire like Jesus over there when he wins the lottery, and he's still gonna have.
Win it
crunch.
this week, guys. I'm gonna buy all. Okay, if I win the lottery, I'm gonna buy all the PS5s and then resell them all. All of them.
Double your money.
I'm gonna double my lottery winning.
Just buy a cargo container of PS5s.
We'll make a bot to buy them all before the scalpers, and then we'll sell them for regular price. No.
Yeah, we'll sell them for even if I sell them for $50 more a piece, I'm making money. I'll be able to make all that money back.
But act now. If you do a $50 Patreon, you'll get a discount.
There you go.
Now, speaking of video games, the last piece of news that I have here is Sony's news. This is kind of like a weird update that Sony has done. So Sony has updated its CES 2021 video, and they've now removed mentions of any upcoming PlayStation 5 exclusives that do not have a release date. This includes Project Athia. It says here, during their CES 2021 presentation, Sony had shared a list of exclusives releasing for the PS5 in 2021 and beyond. It also included some surprises like the release window of Project Athia, which was apparently January 2022. January 2022. 2022, what the fuck? So next year, in January, which was a lot sooner than what most fans were expecting from it. But here's what they had listed in the original video. They had released, Project Athia was coming out in January of 2022. Ratchet & Clank: A Rift Apart was going to come out in 2021. Horizon Forbidden West coming out in 2021. A game called Returnal releasing in March 2021. Kena in March 2021. Solar Ash in June 2021. And Stray in October 2021. The last game was Ghostwire Tokyo, which was released in October 2021. But apparently these have been removed from the thing. None of these games now have a release date or like a release window.
That's maybe the smarter way to do it. And why would you even give yourself a hard date? Why not just say, like they do now, kind of like end of 2021, fall of 2021? Because when you start getting that hard date, like in Cyberpunk, and then they push it back, then we're all like, oh, they're pushing it back. What are they, they need to release this. But if they would have just said Cyberpunk was going to come out in the fall and they never said any more until they knew it was ready to go and then gave us a date, I think it would be a little bit easier on the developers, and I don't know why they just don't do that anymore. That's just a common, like, no hard dates.
I really like when they give you that 2-week window. They're like, this game's coming out in 2 weeks. It's ready to go. Here you go.
Yeah, and that would be the nice thing. If they just waited, said, hey, it'll come out in fall, but, when we do feel like it's ready, and usually that 2-week window is probably just shipping, like Gunny would say, like, getting these games overseas because, they're made over in Japan or they're made here, shipping them throughout the world. It gives all that stuff shipping time that, that I'm sure that has something to do with it. So the game is probably done at that point. When they say 2 weeks to go, that game is probably out there and ready to go. It's just a matter of getting it distributed for everybody to get.
It just creates less disappointment.
Yes.
In people when something goes wrong, and then the hate comes and everything else.
Yeah.
Hard dates are just not the way to do it anymore.
Also, with COVID, I think that probably threw a wrench in to all these fucking release dates.
You
look at how many games are delayed, and how little games are out on the new consoles. Really, there isn't a whole lot. It's a lot of remakes, but
even in this board game that I kickstarted, I got an email that they are having trouble getting shipping containers to actually ship the game. It's ready to go. It's sitting in a warehouse, but they can't get any shipping containers to actually get it across the ocean.
Right. Yeah. So because of COVID or something, they could be down on whoever controls ships or whoever moves the containers around or unloads them and loads them. They could be shorthanded.
I agree. But yeah, so there's that. So I guess apparently those games have no release date at this point. I mean, maybe they just fucked up and they were supposed to give those dates out and they did. And they're like, oh fuck, delete that shit.
That was an internal memo.
delete.
Delete this shit now. Delete it. But apparently, another game that's been delayed, which is a game that I really look forward to playing this year, was Hogwarts Legacy. This apparently has now been delayed to 2022 to create the best possible experience. That's right. Warner Brothers Interactive has now delayed Hogwarts Legacy to 2022 in order to give their fans the best possible experience in this brand new game. This is a new adventure, Mayo, set in the Wizarding World that was featured in the Harry Potter series. So here the game is being developed by Avalanche and Portkey Games, and it will be published by Warner Brothers Interactive. So there's that.
After seeing everything that happened with Cyberpunk, they probably were like, whoa, okay, we're not going to release till it's ready, for sure.
It says here, this game is set in the 1800s. The story will offer the player the chance to control the student at Hogwarts who holds the key to an ancient secret that threatens to tear the wizarding world apart. You can make allies, battle dark wizards, and decide the fate of the wizarding world in this brand new adventure created by Avalanche and Portkey Games. And it's being described as an immersive, open-world action RPG set in the world first introduced in the Harry Potter books. And you will get to explore and discover fantastic beasts, customize your character, and craft potions, master spellcasting, and upgrade your talents. So apparently the game will be out now in 2022 for the PS5, Xbox Series X, and the PC. No mention of old consoles, huh? Cool. No mention of the Xbox OG or the PS4. Uh-oh. Are they being phased out, guys? Who knows?
Who knows? But I mean, after, like I said, after the hate with Cyberpunk, maybe they're just not going to announce that. Lower expectations a little bit.
Yeah. But that's all I have for news, guys. I mean, apparently Call of Duty is getting a new map called the U-Bahn, which is
Didn't the Kremlin, not the Kremlin, the Gulag get an overhaul too, or something like that?
Yeah, they're doing a bunch of different things to it, so I don't know. I don't really play Warzone, so I don't really keep up with it. And like I said, it keeps crashing on me, so I don't know anything that's really going on with Cold War. But that's all I have for video game news, guys. Also, I've been seeing a lot of that, what's that game called, that Scott Pilgrim Saves the World video game? Is that like a remaster that just came out or something?
I don't know.
Why do I keep seeing it like
I think it's a
advertised?
new game. I don't think there was ever a game. It was a movie based on a comic book. I think
but there's a game about I don't know, like it says on there like Scott Pilgrim saves the world or some shit, but
the game complete edition here, and rediscover the beloved 2D style beat 'em up. So yeah, it must be a remaster of an older game.
It says here that according to this news, it says that it has become the Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the game. It's Limited Run Games, so that's the publisher of the studio. It is their biggest release of all time. Apparently, they sold 25,000 copies in less than 3 hours on the Nintendo Switch alone, and that's a huge deal for them because that's the most they've ever sold of any game they've ever made. And there's a time limited physical editions. So apparently you can pre-order those for 6 weeks from 15th of January to, I don't know, moving forward. And apparently you get the game, which is a $35, which is just the game. And you get a classic edition for $55, and there's a KO edition for $140. So there's that.
For the physical, it's weird because it's $20 Canadian for the digital here.
Yeah. It's $35 for the standard. I'm assuming because they're not really making a lot of the physical. It says here it's a limited edition or time limited physical edition. So
must be a collector's thing.
Yeah, you get a instruction booklet, a full color instruction booklet, deluxe plastic clamshell case with the reversible cover sheet, a sticker sheet featuring art from the game, a physical soundtrack CD, and the Clash at Demon Head commemorative concert ticket, and an overworld map. And the KO edition includes all of that, plus a premium hard shell roadie collector's case box featuring working lights and sounds. And opening the case turns on the lights and sounds and the music from Anamaguchi, where the fuck I heard you say that, as well as a revealing of pop-up scenes of Sex Bob-Omb. It also includes a bonus Sex Bob-Omb guitar pick, an enamel pin, and a full-size wooden drumsticks with game art on them.
All sorts of stuff.
If you're a fan, then you'd probably be pretty excited about that, but I don't know.
I don't know, man. Do you guys? I don't know.
I watched the movie a few years ago.
I remember the last time I watched that movie. Fuck, it's been forever, dude. Didn't it come out like 2011
Something
or 10?
like that. It's an older movie now for sure.
Yeah. 2008. When the fuck did that movie come out?
2010.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely an older movie. I don't know.
Well, I don't think this is a new video game, because why would you make a video game of a movie that's 10 years old now?
Well, it's definitely a remaster, I think.
Yeah. Anyways, Mayo, what do you have for community questions, Mayo? Right now, we would usually go to Gunny's console corner, but Gunny is not here, and I don't know.
Yeah, we gave Gunny the boot. You know, we said last week, you know, that he's 50. He was off the show.
Yeah,
his contract expired.
Yeah, we're in negotiations right now. We got to figure out if we can afford to pay Gunny or not.
We got pulled into HR for those alien comments from last week.
Yeah. Missing Gunny, unfortunately. You know, he's feeling under the weather right now, so he couldn't make it tonight. But yeah, so we'll go straight to community questions, Jesus, and right off the rip, we got Imes over there, Sean Imes Fuller. He says, if you visited another country where they eat animals and we typically don't, like cats and dogs, would you try them in a dish?
Man, that's a tough one. That really is. I don't know if I would want to eat dog.
Like if it was cat or dog, it would probably be a no. But like I've been not in another country, but you know, I've tried other things before. I remember going to Florida and I tried gator. You know, like they'd served gator down there. I'm like, oh, we'll try this. I've never had
I
gator.
could eat something if it doesn't look like what I'm eating. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I'm sure the cat or dog doesn't look like a cat or a dog anymore.
Well, no, but I've seen like people like there was this company in LA or whatever that they would like make like gator barbecue, and like they legit had like a fucking alligator on the fucking barbecue grill, like cooking.
It's like the body laying
like,
across the table,
yeah,
and like cutting through the back of it.
That's literally what it was. It was the body of a fucking alligator on the fucking big ass grill cooking, and I'm like I couldn't look at that and be like, that looks appetizing to me, I'm gonna eat that. No, like that. There's no like if they like showed me them cooking the cat and there's a cat body being fucking cooked, I could not eat it. Like there's no way. I don't know. Even if it was like a horse or a cow or something, I couldn't look at that and be like, oh, that looks good, I'm gonna eat that. Or a pig. Like any animal, really, any fucking animal, I couldn't look at it being cooked. It looks like the animal, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna eat that. Maybe except for chicken. Chicken is just chicken, but
I don't know, man. I've seen a pig on a spit before, and that thing looks pretty tasty when it's spinning around there.
no, man, like that's that's just
I like my food. What can I say?
yeah.
Basically, I would eat anything that's not a domestic animal. Anything we don't keep as a pet. I would try it. But
Would you eat it? Would you eat turtle?
Yeah,
I would eat
turtle
actually.
I've eaten gator. I've eaten ostrich. I was a chef for years, so that was part of my job, was trying different foods. So I know the texture and the feel of it.
There's people that keep gators as pets.
Yeah. So I guess it's more going to come down to what I consider a pet.
Right?
Like people keep rabbits as pets, and people eat rabbit.
True. No, that's true. And I've eaten rabbit before, so I don't know. I guess you debunked me, Jesus.
Yeah. So what's up now, motherfucker? You?
I wouldn't eat a cat or a dog. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say.
You wouldn't eat a cat or a dog? I don't know. I may try a dog. Like, okay, what if it was like barbecued or something? I don't know.
If we're talking end times, apocalypse, end of the world, and I'm starving, then maybe, yeah. But I'm not going to go actively seeking dog to eat, even if I was in another country.
Would you eat monkey?
Yeah, probably. I'd try it.
You try monkey before dog or cat?
Probably because I have a dog. Probably because I have a dog, I don't want to eat dog.
Would you try monkey, Mayo? Would you eat a monkey?
No, I don't think I would.
That would be too much, huh? That'd be too much.
Indiana Jones eating the monkey brains, you know?
What else what else could we think? What other animals we could think of?
Kangaroo
animals.
down in Australia.
I might try kangaroo. Would you try? I would try kangaroo.
Yeah, kangaroo I'd try. Would you eat snake?
That's a tough one. Maybe.
Probably.
Maybe. Would you eat bats? Would you eat a bat?
No.
Bats?
No.
That's just after COVID.
That's a big no right after COVID.
So you wouldn't eat bat, huh?
No rodents, really. I mean,
no rodent. I wouldn't eat a rat either.
You wouldn't eat a rat?
No, I'd have
like a rat, really, like a nice,
really hard,
nice rat on a stick or something, like deep fried.
Like apocalypse times, maybe.
Come on, Mayo, nice rat taco, like deep fried rat.
Demolition, man, dude. There's still cows, so I'll eat cow.
All right, there's like deep fried rat with like the Colonel's special blend of herbs and spices on it. You know? No, Mayo.
No.
All right, Mayo, would you eat chicken feet? I wouldn't eat chicken feet.
Chicken feet?
Yeah.
No.
Would you eat chicken feet, Lahey?
I don't think so. It'd be too crunchy.
What about chicken hearts? Would you guys eat chicken hearts?
No.
I tend to stay away from things that are hearts. You hear about a heart or like the liver. It's different when you start hearing about like, here's the liver of this animal or whatever. And
tried chicken hearts before, like my ex-father-in-law, he was like frying them or something on a pan, sauteing them or some shit, and he was like, try one. And I'm like, what is this? And I knew that it was something weird because I've never seen something that looked like it, right? It looked like little, like weird, like little, like little, like heart, like little balls or whatever. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Testicles? What the fuck are you eating right now? And he gave me one, and I tried it, and it was really hard. Like the heart of a chicken is really hard to chew into. Like it's like hard. Like it's like super. Like it's probably like the toughest fucking meat I've ever had. I'm like, this is disgusting. I fucking spit it out so quick. I was like, fuck this shit. I'm not fucking eating this shit. Would you eat eyeballs? Like eyeballs of like any animal?
No. I mean, I would eat like the standard meat on an animal, maybe. But
would you eat a tongue of an animal, like the cow tongue?
No.
I've had cow tongue before.
I've had cow tongue tacos. They're pretty good. They're pretty good, Mayo. You need to expand your horizons here, Mayo. We're learning a lot about Mayo tonight, guys. Mayo, we need to expand your horizons. You need to have some tacos de lengua. They're pretty fucking bomb. Just saying.
One day I want to try those crawfish. That's one thing I do want to try.
No, dude, crawfish, you know where they find those things? Like,
no,
like
I don't know
rivers?
anything about crawfish, really.
They're like, in Oregon, we have them, and they're like in like
have 'em here in
rivers.
Ohio.
They're like fake-ass lobsters that like are in like river, like dirty-ass fucking ponds and rivers. and shit.
Reservoirs and dirty rivers.
Yeah,
and-
they're
Maybe
like,
I don't want crawfish.
they're like a hobo-ass lobsters with their
They take like
Maybe that's why
30
every
of
time
them.
you see it on TV, it's like this dirty ass shack.
Yeah,
Where
they take like
everybody's
30
sitting
of them
down.
to make a bite, you know?
Big bucket, metal bucket, they're spinning their shells into.
dirty-ass, like hobo-ass. They're pretty much hobo lobsters is what they
Yeah, I
are.
was getting ready to say
lobster.
like it's like a lobster. I mean, like
Yeah, like a little lobster, but it's
So I'm better off just going to Nova Scotia and getting lobster.
Yeah. Would you guys eat any bugs, like a fried spider or like grasshoppers?
Yeah, actually, I've eaten cricket flour, fried crickets and stuff like
I
that.
gotta say, I think
before.
I've had something like chocolate covered or something like that before. I can't remember what, but
Chocolate covered ants.
It's disgusting. You would have ants? How dare you?
That's good protein, man.
Oh, God, I'm sick.
Honestly, the cricket flour, when you cook with it and you bake with it, you don't even notice.
What is it? What's cricket flour? You like grind
It's-
crickets?
Crickets that have been ground down into a fine flour, and then you
Oh.
just use it to replace flour. It's
What
actually
the hell are you doing over there? You sound like some serial killer
my wife's a
territory.
hippie, dude.
Would you guys eat fried spiders? Like, would you deep fry like a
No,
tarantula or something and
no.
eat it?
No.
Come on, deep fried, like nice crunchy.
Would
Well,
you?
what would be the point? I mean, what, you can eat like a snack like popcorn or what? You can have a whole
Yeah,
bag
you-
full
Yeah,
of
just
fried
rip a leg
spider.
off.
Listen,
you know,
okay,
nibble
listen.
on it.
You put the spider on a stick, like the rat on a stick, and you deep fry it.
Wait, what kind of spider are you putting on a stick?
A fucking tarantula, bro.
Okay,
the big
that's
ones.
a little.
Not a little baby spider. I'm talking like a big tarantula or something, dude. Like,
Wait, there
come
you
on.
go. Maybe a banana spider would taste like bananas. Jesus, you can have, you could try one and let me know.
Would you
guys-
eat frog?
No.
Frogs?
Yeah, frog's considered like a delicacy.
Well, I've
right?
had frog legs before. I mean,
Oh. Oh. But you wouldn't eat chicken legs? You have frog legs?
yeah. I mean, I think a chicken leg just being different. Like, well, you said
What do you
feet,
fucking
right?
mean different?
I mean,
Frogs
chicken
are
leg
hopping-
is regular fried chicken leg. I mean, but when you said chicken, I thought you meant like the feet area. Like,
Yeah, like the little feet, the little claws.
yeah, well, frog legs are a little different.
A little more meat on the frog.
Yeah,
leg.
they got that's like counting the thigh and all that kind of stuff. Like you're getting the
I'm just saying, you're eating some weird shit, man. I'm starting to question this friendship. You've ate frog legs before, Lahey?
Me, yep. Also eaten snails before. So I guess on the insect thing, well, escargot is snails, and
Are you
Quite
guys like
popular.
like a caviar kind of people? Like, do you guys ever had caviar?
I've tried it. I don't like it. It's way too salty
Yeah, I
for
don't like
me.
it either.
I would never try that. It sounds disgusting.
Very salty. Very salty.
Oh.
Jesus, looks just disgusted.
Well, okay, would you guys eat a guinea pig?
No.
No.
Oh, but you guys would eat fucking frog legs
yeah, I
and
was gonna
snails
say
and shit.
maybe if it is just maybe.
Guinea pig stew.
All right, Mayo, what if we okay, how do you want your guinea pig prepared, Mayo? We're gonna put it in a
Oh.
stew? Are we gonna make it a soup?
It's gonna be fried.
Oh, we're gonna fry the guinea pig.
I mean, obviously it's gonna be the meat, not the shape of the animal, like you were saying. I can't have the pig on a stick. The guinea pig on a stick. That might be a little different. But if it was just the meat cut up on a plate, maybe.
Ugh.
I remember when we gave our kids rabbits the first time without telling them.
And then you're like, hey, that was the pet that we had in the backyard.
And we've had pet rabbits, but we never killed any of ours. But actually, growing up, I had a friend, this one girl I knew, and her dad had pet rabbits, and they had like hundreds of them, and they would kill them and eat them.
Oh man,
and
that's
she
terrible.
would talk about that. She's like, oh, not that one, but. She's like, my dad killed my favorite one. We're having them for dinner tomorrow.
Hundreds of rabbits, but he has to kill the favorite.
Oh, which one do you like the most?
I'm gonna teach you a lesson.
Right?
He kills. Oh yeah, man. I don't know if I would eat that guinea pig. All right, if you guys got last one here, I got a question for you. Got last one, or last two actually. How about possums?
No, dirty animals.
What do you mean dirty? You're eating frog legs and shit. Come on.
They're not like that's a rodent. I mean,
what do you mean? A fucking frog is like a water rodent. It jumps around eating bugs in the water.
Kind of more the reptile.
Water rodent. Right? Yeah, it's more of a reptile, or I guess
it's
I
a
don't
water rodent, motherfucker.
No, like you said, a crawfish or a crawdad or something like that is more of a water rodent.
Like hobo. I don't know. When I think of possum, I think of hobos. I don't know why.
What about raccoon?
No, again, I mean, knowing
Yeah,
how
see,
much
I wouldn't touch that one because it's like disease carrying.
Yeah, I think rodents carry more diseases than other animals. Really.
If I would eat a raccoon or a possum, I might as well just eat a bat. I mean, at that point, it.
Make you a nice platter, all three.
Right.
How about an elephant? Will you guys eat elephant?
Probably
feel pretty bad about it, but I would try it.
Yeah, I think I would try elephant. I would try elephant.
Good.
I would try elephant, and I think I would try zebra and shit too. Like, I wouldn't be too bad,
I think is it wrong to say that probably the bigger the animal, the easier that it is, besides monkeys?
Would you eat a lion?
Yeah, I would eat a lion.
Yeah, probably.
King of the freaking jungle.
Yeah, that wouldn't actually maybe pretty good actually.
Hippo, even like
lion T-bone.
Oh yeah, you might get some good out of a hippo. Like I wonder if it would taste. Would it taste like seafoody or would it taste like normal meat, like ground meat?
Probably closer to beef, I would think.
And what is?
What does lion taste like?
What does lion taste? What do they eat? Other meat. Wonder how they would taste like meat, beef. What would they taste like? You know what I mean?
Right.
So I bet that changes what they taste like with whatever the fuck they eat.
Probably.
I don't know. I don't know these things. I don't know.
Well, it must.
Anyways.
That's why they advertise all this, cage-free eggs and
GMO-free shit and free range.
These chickens, they were free running. They eat grass all their life, so instead of feed. So these eggs are twice as expensive now.
Anyways.
All right, we'll keep on going here. So, Brian Tulip Jr. asks, who wins in a fight, Samurai Jesus or Pathfinder Jesus?
All right, this is kind of like not fair, okay? Like one is a fucking space ranger, and one is a fucking samurai, bro. Okay? Tell me this. Who wins in a fight, fucking Master Chief or a samurai? Like, it's pretty much what you're asking me right now. Like,
but last week you were like, I will kill you before you shoot somebody. Remember? You were like, all you're going to see is me putting my sword away.
It's true. It's true. Samurai Jesus is very skilled in the art of the samurai. He's very talented. But, Pathfinder Jesus was very,
Crack shot.
Yeah, he was fucking, he was a top-notch fucking guy. That's the guy you wanted on your squad if you went out. If you're out in space if you ever find yourself in space, ladies and gentlemen, which maybe one of you is going to find yourself in space, the chances of one of our listeners becoming an astronaut is very slim, but you never know. If you ever find yourself in space, you want to be out there with Pathfinder Jesus, okay? Because he knows his shit, all right? He's killed all the Ket. He fucked them all up. He killed a big worm in that one planet. He fucked that thing up. But he did have a fucking crew with him, Mayo. You know, he always had 2 people with him usually. So he needs help. So, I don't know. This is a tough one. So the samurai's going to have to not just kill Pathfinder. He's going to have to kill all the other 2 people too, probably. I'm thinking Pathfinder Jesus wins this one. I'm thinking that's going to happen. Sorry, Samurai Jesus. Pathfinder Jesus wins.
That was short-lived. Only a week.
No, but hey, man, hey. You know, it's just... This is a what-if scenario. Like, if I was in Japan and there was a lot of Mongolians invading, I'd want Samurai Jesus with me. If you ever find yourself in Japan, listener, and you're in the island of Tsushima, and you are about to get invaded by a bunch of Mongols on their boats, you want Samurai Jesus with you, okay? That's who you want right there by your side, because that motherfucker's going to save your life.
That's why Nightbound was wanting to play with you, right? He was.
But if you're in space,
Tsushima with you?
Yeah, but if you're in space, you obviously want Pathfinder Jesus. You don't want Samurai Jesus in space. His fucking sword will float away or something, you know? Like, it's just not possible. So that's all I'm saying, man. You got to have different Jesuses for different situations. Okay? That's how this works.
I got it. I got you.
Jesus walks in a lot of shoes, man.
Yes, different shoes.
Brian also has another question, Jesus. Brian asked, he says, would you be upset? He said he was sleeping and his wife woke him up to ask him for some help to beat Super Mario Brother Deluxe. He goes, I had only slept for 4 hours, and now that she did beat it with her help and his help and knowledge. Would you be upset if you had a wife that woke you up on 4 hours of sleep to help beat a video game?
Depends on what I had to do the next day. All right, like, and also what time of day this was. Like, if he got woken up like at 9 a.m. or something, then that's fine. But I mean, if you're getting woken up like at 1 in the morning and being asked to help somebody in a video game, that's kind of like something else. That's like, what the fuck are you doing right now? What is this? It's 1 in the morning right now. What are you doing right now? Asking me for help? Like, that's something different. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of different factors here that would.
But yeah, I mean, it all depends on how you're being woke up too, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, she could be
jumping up. Are you being like shaken? Are you being shaken to get woken up? Are you being slapped in the face? Are you getting water dumped on you? Is it like a loud alarm going off? What's going on here? Is the fire alarm going off? What's happening? You know, like, what's happening? You're right, Mayo.
Yeah, I mean, she could be standing there in lingerie, you know, and waking you up, and she'd be like, "Hey, beat this level for me."
You get a special prize.
Don't know, right? So it's like, who knows?
Yeah, so it just depends on the situation. I agree.
I would have to myself just suck it up because I'm the one that got my wife into playing video games, so that would be my own fault.
Man, that can be a chore sometimes just to get your wife into games if they're not into games. So I know a lot of people will ask it from the community, what's a good game for my wife to get into, or because they want their wives to play games with them. So
I would rather have a wife that plays video games and lets me play my games in peace than someone who's upset that I'm playing video games all day.
This next question.
That's also maybe. But you may also have a wife that plays more video games than you, and then she gives you no attention.
That's true, too. That
dun, dun, dun. What's going on, man?
Okay, I'm confused. This next question is from It must be a different person from our Patreon. This guy is Bill C. Gardner II. I don't know who this guy is.
It's not the biggest D. It's not Bill.
No, this is Bill C. Gardner II. I'm not sure.
Oh, who the hell is this hobo?
This guy's on Facebook.
Fake,
I'm not sure.
Fake. Yeah, probably fake profile.
This might be a fake profile, like you said. He just says Samurai Jesus is a little sus. So he been playing some Among Us.
He thinks you're a Ronin.
Oh shit! Oh my god, this is not good. Okay, thank you for that input there, Bill C. Gardner, whatever the hell his name is.
Whoever this guy is.
Yeah.
And
any more questions?
One more. We got one more from the Discord, Jesus, and that's from Brandon Among Us. And he's over there pretty active on the Discord all the time too. He wants to know, do NPCs know that they are NPCs?
Oh, that's a good question.
Isn't that a movie? Isn't there a movie coming out with
Oh, the NPC man, right?
Yeah.
It's like a movie. NPC.
That's a movie coming out soon. I can't remember who it was. He didn't realize he was an NPC.
Yeah.
NPC man.
I don't think that's the name, but like it's something like that.
It's a mini series. There's a mini series called NPC Man.
I think it was a movie with a big actor.
No. It's called Free Guy. It's an upcoming American science fiction action comedy film directed by Sean Levi, from a screenplay by Matt Lieberman and Zach Penn. It says here, it stars Ryan Reynolds, Jodie Comer,
Ryan Reynolds, that's who it was.
Joe Carey, and Lil Ray Howery. Says here, in the open world video game Free City, Guy, who is Ryan Reynolds, is a non-player character working as a bank teller thanks to a program developed by programmers, and then he becomes fully aware of being in this video game. Oh, there's that.
Sounds kind of interesting. I'd watch it.
Apparently
But what was it called again?
It's called Free Guy. It's in theaters December 11th. I don't know if that was December 11th, 2020.
Does theaters still exist?
Yeah,
No.
the theater by me here, they're still open, and you can rent a whole entire theater now for $99, and you can have a private party.
Wow.
So cheap.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like that's like wow. Like just have your own theater just for $100. Like why not?
Get paid on Friday, go kick back, watching a movie.
Oh, yeah, let's put on the movie. I'm ready to watch it now. Just fucking chill, like in the whole theater by yourself. Yeah, it's called Free Guy, and it releases December. It says here release date May 21st, 2021 in the U.S. Oh, so it must have been a December 11th release day, and they pushed it back to May.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it says here, Free Guy initially was scheduled to be a theatrical release in the U.S. on July 3rd, 2020, but then was delayed because of the COVID pandemic. Then it was moved to December 11th, 2020. And then in November, the studio removed the film along with Death of the Nile from its upcoming release schedule until further notice. And then the next month, the film was scheduled to release in May 21st, 2021. So it was going to come out last summer, but apparently they've been delaying it. So
when all this is over, we're just going to get flooded with new movies.
Yeah, like tons of fucking new shit, dude. Watch. It's going to be nuts. Yeah, but this is never going to be over. Didn't you hear that one guy from, what's that company, Moderna or whatever, the CEO? He said that COVID-19 is pretty much an endemic disease now, meaning that it's never going to go away. It's just going to be a new variant of it every year. So it's pretty much like the flu, he said. It's going to be like you have to get a shot every single year, no matter what. Like it's just going to be a thing that happens. Probably. So here's to another year of wearing face mask and everything being locked down.
Well, you get your HGP face mask now.
Then might as well, because this is another fucking year of face mask.
Buy the 3-pack.
I'm gonna order up some HGP face mask for myself.
Save some money and buy the 3-pack. I actually own one myself. I don't have it in here with me, but I do have an HGP face mask.
There you go. Might as well have all the face masks, and you have one for each day of the week and shit, you know? Different one for each day of the week. Sounds like
you're going to be wearing them for the next few years at least.
Yeah, I don't doubt it, because they already said, like, it's like an endemic disease. Like,
did you see that?
spread so far that they can't control it just by vaccinating people.
Did you see that Razer mask that the Razers were?
Yeah, with the RGB.
Yeah,
Shit looks dope.
probably costs as much as your OLED.
And it has like a fucking voice changer and shit in it.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, Jesus, they do work. I was wearing my HGP mask when I went and bought my TV. And the salesman asked me what my mask said. I read it to him, and he was like, "Horrible Gamers Podcast, huh?" I'm like, "Yeah." I said, they're talking about the show, and I talked to him for about 15 minutes about it. And he's like, "I'm going to have to check that out." So,
yeah.
Advertisement.
Free advertising.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's the Razer mask. It's called the World's Smartest Mask. It's available. You can buy it, I think, or pre-order it or something.
Yeah, I don't think they released a price yet, though.
Still pretty cool.
Also, it has a transparent design and a low light mode, which is great for social interactions by letting the mask wearer's face be seen. Another benefit of the see-through design is that it makes it easier to communicate with someone who relies on lip reading for day-to-day interaction. It says here that the one feature that is interesting in this is that it has a built-in voice amp to alleviate the issue of your voice being muffled. Yeah, so there you go. There you go, people.
I mean, I bet you we'll see more and more mask innovations in the next couple years or stuff
haven't
like
you
that.
Haven't you seen that big one that looks like that movie? What's that movie with the aliens? I fucking forget what it's called, but it's literally like a fucking a tube thing that you put over your body, like it goes over
it's like your own
shoulder.
biome.
Yeah, and it has like a fucking a whole like it's like probably 2 feet tall fucking glass in front of you. It's like you're in a fucking suit, dude, like a space suit or some shit. It's like it has lights in it and shit. It costs $200 or something, but it's some fucking some special fucking biome type thing that you put over your fucking body.
I think it's a backpack version of that kind of.
Yeah. There's also another one that has it looks like almost like a motorcycle helmet, but think of Pathfinder Jesus, like that type of helmet, it goes over your head, and it's glass in the front, and it looks like you're a space fucking guy or whatever, and it has lights in it and shit that light up your face and all kinds of shit, and that's another $100 or something like that. But I'm all these fucking different types of masks and helmets.
Another step closer to Blade Runner.
Yeah, all these fucking helmets and masks are coming out. This one that's like that too, that reminded me of Blade Runner, is this one that has the same thing that's a glass. It's like glass in front of you, but it's supposed to show your emotion. So if you smile inside the fucking mask, it shows a smiley face and the
that would be creepy.
Yeah, it's like all LEDs in front of the glass, and it smiles. If you smile, if you're moving your mouth, the mouth on the mask is moving. It's fucking weird. It's like some digital fucking shit or whatever. It's trippy, dude. But yeah, there's a bunch of different masks coming out from different mask makers. It's interesting.
Brave new world.
It is. But yeah, Mayo. Any more questions? Anything else?
Nope, that is it. There's no new ones on Discord, so we're good.
Okay, well, with that being said, give a quick shout out to our friend Gunny Chief, who couldn't make it today. Thank you for not making it today, Gunny, because you're 50 years old now, and we can't have you on the show anymore.
He's probably asleep by now anyways, being so old.
Yeah, 50 years old, man. You got to take your naps and then, put on the Depends at a certain hour now. It's it's all happening so fast.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Gunny.
Yeah,
time to put him in a home.
The AARP membership was just the beginning.
Yeah, they're coming for you to put you in a home next week.
Okay. This week he's going in. Hey guys, I'm podcasting from my care home.
Nurse Judy over here, maybe in the room every once in a while.
Fuck, it's funny as fuck. Poor Gunny. Well, miss Gunny. I miss you, Gunny. Find him on everything as Gunny Chief. Where can we find you? Where can we find you, Lahey?
Mostly in the HGP Discord under Lahey. Also just search Lahey on Discord. Xbox is XXX Lahey XXX, and Epic Games is the Lahey. Same as Steam would be Lahey as well.
Hmm.
And
Man.
you're gonna find me, on Discord is the Mayo, and then over on the Twitter machine over there now is I'm just the Mayo, and on Xbox I think I'm the Mayo 1, on Steam I'm the Mayo 1, and that's it. Like on Origin I'm the Mayo, so maybe some Star Wars Battlefront. Find me on there as Mayo. So that's it.
So find me on everything as Jesus Walks Loud. I'll be playing some more Star Wars Battlefront 2 this week. That's on the Epic launcher. And isn't that crossplay now? Isn't Battlefront crossplay with everything?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Be. One thing I did notice on Battlefront is the store is missing. There's nowhere to spend your credits.
Well, they took that off like years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Did they? I just, being a new player, I was just wondering what the hell I got all these credits for.
Yeah. Yeah, they got rid of that shit a long time ago because
microtransactions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. I think I remember something about that actually a few years ago.
Says here. I don't know if it has crossplay or not, because I'm pretty sure it asked me if I wanted a crossplay or something. Was I thinking of another game?
I don't remember it asking.
It did not ask me that.
Well, then maybe I'm tripping.
Maybe it asked you to crossplay with Steam, or I don't know. No, I wouldn't even do that. I mean, it would ask you to log into Origin, but
yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? But anyways, let's play Star Wars Battlefront 2. I'll be playing some more Cyberpunk and other games as well. Anyways, hopefully that Cyberpunk update comes out this week. There's supposed to be like a huge patch. I'm pretty sure this week or next week that's supposed to address a lot of issues. And then there's another patch in February, supposed that they're working on according to their timeline. Anyways, peace out, Brussels sprouts. We'll catch you on the next week's edition of the Horrible Gamers Podcast, the Game of the Year show. It's happening. It's official. It's happening next week. That's right, next Sunday. Join us here for Game of the Year 2020. Yeah. Well, hopefully Gunny can make it, huh? Hopefully.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're out of here. Bye, everyone. Bye.
see ya.
Yeah.